Alright, people. Alright, welcome back. How have you been? Happy Thursday, everyone. Nothing like finishing the week. Thank you. I don't want to listen to myself. I love my voice, but not that much. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. There we go. Perfect. How have you been, people? Happy Thursday, everyone. There I have the stream so I can see that nothing goes to shit, of course. Here I have all of you here in the chat over here. Okay, so Thursday. Star Wars The Old Republic, my favorite game of all time that I've already analyzed. We've already done Knights of the Fallen Empire Master Mode. We did a story class with the original content. We did everything. And now we are doing, as you can read from the title description, Master Mode Knights of the Eternal Throne. Yes, after a long struggle, Eraser managed to beat all of Knights of the Fallen Empire, as you can see here, on Master difficulty, as well as the Eternal Throne. There was only one chapter, which is this one, that is completely broken. I don't know if on purpose or what. Chapter 2, in which you will need at least one more person to finish it because of how broken some of the mechanics are. Because there's an area of effect, one hit kill. But besides that, last time we did all of chapter 3, solo, no problem, 4 and 5. And we made it to the 6th chapter, the Dragon's Maw. It's basically an operation to try to overthrow the psychopath, fingernails painted, crazy girl there that is the Empress and whatever that Disney created for the purpose of insulting the legacy of this franchise anymore. But we don't care about that shit. We care about the fact that that we have good fights, that the gameplay mechanics fortunately are engaging because they were made back in 2012, not in any modern time. That's why they are good, obviously. But here we have it. After we infiltrated a party with a character that helped us. I named him Johnny Bravo, basically. And because he's like him a bit, so he helped us, the Alliance, infiltrate the party of the psychopath to finally dethrone the Empire and etc. There you have plant the ion charges and etc. Hint: most characters are located ready to opportunity highlighted with arrow. Basically, we are doing a stealth section for now, and hopefully later, I don't know, we get to the action. Basically, just so you have a little bit of a quick recap, this is the 5th day that I'm spending with an average of 3 hours and a half in each session, just so you have a measurement of the amount of time that this is consuming. Basically, 3 hours and a half for anyone watching this as a YouTube bot. And yes, basically that's basically the idea. Let me check the title description and everything. Anyways, we're in a stealth section. Perfect. Category perfect. Category is perfect. Everything is perfect. Good. Nice. Everything seems to be working correctly. Nice. Perfect. There we go. There we go. There we go. Check. Checked. Ready. Press spacebar to continue. Okay, here. As you can see here, people, we have to use this hint ability. I don't remember the objective. True, I have to activate the objective. As you can see, I have no quests active. Plant an ion charge on control node 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I wonder if there's an achievement for not using fucking hints.
The moment we've been waiting for is almost here. Remember, speaking during a royal address is punishable by death.
Okay, as she does her royal address or whatever, her speech.
Sorry, you don't have access.
Oh, I thought it was going to be easy. Sorry.
Sorry,
You don't have access. Okay. 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 At least now I can run. Back then we were playing like this, people. We were playing more or less like this. Like walking. Okay, so looks like we are in the middle of a stealth slash... Not a stealth, it's like a puzzle section. We have to figure out how to plant the stupid ion charges so fun can actually begin. First of all, I want to see if anyone else is sharing my fate. Yes, there, Palace of the Eternal. There's two more people sharing our miserable fate during this quest. Oh well, no matter, people, no matter. So I don't have access. You don't have access. So I have to talk. This is like a puzzle section. The hint was... I had the hint here, actually. Hang on. No, not chapter 1, the hint. This one, at the end of it. Most characters and locations related to opportunities are highlighted with arrow indicators. Okay, so that implies the guard that I just talked to. That implies the guard that I just talked to.
Sorry, you don't have access.
But I'm lacking some shit to get rid of him and then get to the actual objective. Then get to the actual objective. Okay. Opportunities. Okay, we've got 6 of these people, so bear with me. We'll need to have patience for this. When I left this section last time, when I left this section last week, I knew that we were going to have like an impasse, but still. Hello, hello, how are you doing, Patrick? How are you doing? I always thank you for joining right at the beginning of the stream. Thank you. I wish everyone was like you. Yeah, the time zones and the jobs and everything impede that. How are you doing, Patrick? I'm fortunately in a quite slow stealth section, so it will take me a while to figure out this shitty puzzle. So yeah, some company is always great. Yesterday I killed Mortis. I killed Mortis in the end. I had to use some good, I think it was 11 revival stones or whatever. They are stones. But yeah, I finished Drakensang and I will proceed to the final analysis next week. So yeah, I could finally kill Mortis. One thing, Patrick, that I wanted to tell you. I configured the channel, before I proceed, I need to tell you this. I configured the channel in such a way that even if you are not subscribed, you should be able to use the sub emotes that you love so much. I configured it specifically so you can do it. Can you still use them? I want to verify that. I want people who aren't subscribed to still be able to use them if they watch the channel enough, because this trick showed me how to have them unlocked, and I configured it like that. So you should be able to use them still, even if you are not subscribed. I can use a few of them only because you have to unlock them. Because you have to unlock them. You can use a few. No, that's the problem. Those are the free emotes. You can still use the sub ones. You have to unlock them. Use your channel points. There's something called... District knows how to do it. Damn it, I don't. But he showed me. You have to use your channel points. Click on your channel points, which you must have a lot. I knew this was going to be the case. You got the sub emotes locked, and I don't want that to happen. Use the channel points. District showed me how it is, but I didn't know the process that he did. Then we can ask him. But see if you can use the channel points to unlock the sub emotes. I do not want people who aren't subscribed to not be able to use the sub emotes, because I know you like some of them. I configured it like that long ago, but well, long ago, when District showed me, when I hit affiliate like 2 months ago. So it should work. So you need to figure out how to do it. You have a bit of homework as you watch the stream. See if you can redeem your channel points to unlock the sub emotes. You should have more than enough. You should have more than enough because you are the person who watched the most, and this trick showed me that he could, and you watched the most out of all of them. So see how you can do it, because that way you don't lose access to them. I can only unlock it for 24 hours. Okay. 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 Mm. It's only temporary. District didn't mention that to me. Damn it. Damn it. There has to... See if there isn't a way to unlock them for more time. It's been a minute without debate. There it is. Okay, so only for 24 hours. Okay, okay, okay. Mm. Yeah, I don't think there's an option to let you have them permanently. Sad, because I've seen that some people have been using them on other channels. I can see those statistics, and I don't want people to lose access to them. Mm. Then I'll see what we can do. Then I can ask District. District is the expert on those things. I will need to research them. Damn it! Damn it! Only 24 hours. Okay. I need to see if I can touch something so it's permanent, but I didn't see any option like that. Darn it! Yeah, this section is perfect for debate time, Patrick, because it's a puzzle section that I will need to fucking figure out on my own. Maybe I need to actually activate the ability close to the guards. Here. Sorry, you don't have access. I've already been told that twice. Thank you. Okay. So, let's use the stupid hint ability. What does this do? Speak to the barracks guard on the upper floor. I already did that shit. I already did that shit. Is the guy that we just talked to up there? My favorite is the debate emote, so I'm fine without them. No, no, but okay, okay, okay. But no, if I can find a way to give you all permanent access, we will do it. We'll ask District once he joins. I didn't know that it was like fucking temporary. Okay, no worries. No, because you like the relativism signal, I remember. As well. And the Thomas Aquinas guy. Okay. Okay. I need to figure that out. We need to ask District. Aha! It has to be that one. You.
No entry until shift change. Unless you got our food order.
Unless you got our food order. So we need food, then. You have a few questions. Fire, Patrick, is the perfect moment before I get into action, before our infiltration attempt goes to shit, which I hope it does, because this puzzle section is driving me crazy since last week. Well, since last week. We left it right at the end, so yeah, pretty much. Okay, so the barracks guy. I mean, they all say the fucking same shit. This section is a really bothering puzzle. Balcony garden. Nope. I think we have to bring them food, people, huh? Only food can solve our problems here. Only food solves our problems, sadly. Here. We will need food.
No entry until shift change. Unless you got our food order.
Yep, definitely food is the answer. Food is the answer, people. It's always the answer. Food is always the answer. That one will identify us, so it's also not an option. I love how they included a puzzle section in a World of Warcraft-like game. There's... No, but I will need to keep going, and that one would detect me. Okay. Food order. Let's see if we can find some food for the boys. Do humans have an inherent nature, or are we shaped entirely by society? Great conundrum. I bet you found. Is it your own question, or did you find it in a philosophy book? Because that's a question that philosophers have asked themselves for a lot of time. According to Marxism and socialism and relativism and any modern post 1600s ideology, starting with John Locke, I was in a philosophy page. Yeah, I knew it. It was in a philosophy page. I knew it, Patrick. I knew it. That has been a question of debate since the birth of relativism. A person called John Locke, a great British philosopher, before relativism turned into something more extreme, John Locke, a great British philosopher, is the one that, following the ideas of another person called William of Ockham, that was the rival of Thomas Aquinas, the so-called first Protestant. I need to ask everything because I'm curious, but I don't have the time to come up with questions. No worries, Patrick. No worries. No worries. I think it's a great. It's one of the main questions of philosophy throughout throughout humanity. It has been. Uh, John Locke. The people in the barracks are hungry. Speak to the kitchen attendant in the main floor. Kitchen attendant in the main floor. Yeah, I was trying to figure out that it was like that, but I cannot find the kitchen attendant. John Locke, John Locke, following the theory of another person called William of Ockham, both of them British. This is the moment of history in which the Roman Empire had already collapsed. Medieval ages were, we are talking about late medieval ages, 1500s. No, that would be the start of the modern one. Let's say, depending on which year you take, 1500s, let's say 1400s. William Ockham was a bit earlier. I think he was 1200s. So John Locke, 1600s, he was, developed the theory of the clean slate. The clean slate challenged the vision of realism, in which you have, precisely according to realism, to Aristotle, we have an inherent nature. It's something that I discussed with Pilo when he said we have no soul. It doesn't need to be a soul, precisely. That's a religious
I'm
concept.
sorry, but the kitchen's off limits.
We've got clearance. You need confirmation, take it up with Endozol.
I'll take your word for it. I've had enough of Indo to last me a lifetime.
Perfect. There we go, people. Nice. So, since the 1600s, the dominant belief.
Complimentary holograms of Empress Valen can be picked up in the reception area. Let her light up your home today.
Okay, required authorization. Since the 1600s, the belief has been that we are a clean slate, right? That we are born empty. That is the theory of John Locke that was then
Rations for the guards. This might come in handy.
that was then taken up by more extremist relativist approaches. Because William of Ockham wasn't a relativist. He was the first Protestant, but he was a nominalist, which is different. He still believed that objective metaphysical reality could be reached. We found the first ion charge, people. I had to do them in a specific order or what? No, we can do them in any order, apparently. Or not.
We have had a breakthrough. I remember the last idiot who made that kind of promise. I'm still finding bits of him in my hair.
I am confident in the results. You will soon be freed from your weakness.
Prepare for my arrival. But first, I have traitors to kill.
Was there a specific order that I had to do?
Charge is set. We're almost there.
No, we need 5 more. Okay, whatever. Whatever, people. I like going in order anyways. So that is the dominant... that has been the dominant theory up until today, Patrick. What happened back in the times that I liked more? Even William Fulham as well, because he still believed in the possibility of achieving objective metaphysical reality. He wasn't a relativist, he was a nominalist. He just, let's say, disagreed with some things of Thomas Aquinas, but not about that. It wasn't still a thing like that. Okay, I cannot get over there. Those would detect me. So, how was it in before the theory of the clean slate, in which... Sorry, I didn't wrap up the concept. So, with the theory of the clean slate of John Locke, that was then taken up by relativism, you are like an empty shell, clean slate. Your mind is completely empty as you are born, and you are just you simply feel it, right? That's what we have nowadays, I think, in a wrong way. Why? Because precisely the opposite idea, which was the one of realism, was, and it was previously to that one, so it proved to be successful for 1600 years, and the theory of the clean slate only for 400, and we had 2 world wars and etc. So yes, empirical evidence there is that indeed, we are filled with things. This is generally the problem of relativists. They believe that the second you say you don't ascribe to the theory of the clean slate, that you immediately think, oh well, the soul solves everything. You have a soul and that's it. That determines everything. No, wrong. That's not what realism says. That's not what William of Ockham said as well. Nothing at all. Of course, when you are born and you are a baby, you don't have a comprehensive knowledge of metaphysical reality, right? But that shouldn't deny the fact that we have what I mentioned to Pillow the other day, precisely, an inherent metaphysical essence that back then Thomas Aquinas called it the soul, or Aristotle called it whatever, the inherited presence of Zeus or whatever from the gods and etc. There we go. But it's the same concept at the end of the day. It doesn't matter the naming convention that much in this case. The concept itself is the important part. Whether you call it soul, metaphysical essence like I do, objective metaphysical essence, objective arrangement of molecules and particles, or even in ancient Greece like Aristotle said,
It's here.
Finally. Thanks for dropping it off.
there we go. They leave over there. We wait for them to leave, I guess. And we sabotage the sheet. The ion, we put the ion charge. We place the ion charges. Okay, perfect. So we do it like this. It's like a fucking maze, people. There we go. Second ion charge ready. Ah, it was the last one. Okay, well, my bad. Doesn't matter. We started with the first one and the last one. I love it. I love this puzzle section. So, what happened back then? It was different. What realism describes. Of course, we have to absorb a lot of things from cultural appropriation, from growing up and learning and going to school and etc., Patrick. But realism does not deny the existence of metaphysical essences that are external to our perception. This is the key of relativism that no one cares to read about and etc. For relativism, all existences are inherent to the mind. They exist inside of your mind. For example, this will sound weird to you, maybe, but it is like that.
Hey, Captain Shield. With any luck, this will get us behind closed doors.
Nice.
Source code name.
So basically, the idea is that for relativism, everything exists since the 1600s in our minds. The existence of things is inside of our mind because it's a clean slate that is just filled with the things that we see, and they exist inside of our mind. For me, precisely, and for the objective arrangement of molecules and particles, all metaphysical entities have an extrinsic existence, not an intrinsic existence. They have an external existence to my mind, to our minds, not an internal existence in our minds. I know this is extremely abstract, but well, it's the question you asked precisely. It has been the key of relativism versus realism. Indeed, it is the key precisely. When I say that they have an external existence, that has a lot of consequences. When I see that a metaphysical entity has an external existence to my mind, that has a lot of consequences. Because that's exactly when realism is born, and well, relativism disappears. Relativism appears when you say that everything exists only inside of your mind. The opposite. And you will see how it is. How it affects our everyday life, for example. Maybe with the shield, I will convince this guy. Captain, yes, indeed, I am the captain. Thank you. There we go. Nice. Oh, another stealth section, more or less. Okay. Acquire permission. Oh, damn it. It definitely wasn't through here. Looks like the puzzle goes on. There was another guy that maybe would let me get through if he found out that I'm the captain of the guard or whatever. The first one. The first one. The first one that I tried to access. This one. Yes, this one. Precisely. Good. 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 Okay, I'm a bit lost in here because we have been unable to enter this section, but well. So, for me, for realism, let's say, not for me, I'm not important. For realism, any metaphysical entity has an external existence compared to the human mind that is independent from our thought processes. And that has a lot of consequences on society. But to give you a normal example, my usual example, in fact, does the fact that I think that this gaming mouse is a chair turn it into a chair? Well, no. No, if we believe that, see how it affects it. If we believe that the mouse, the metaphysical entity, has an external existence to our minds, that indicates that it's independent from our thoughts. And when the metaphysical entities are independent from our thoughts, we have to accept the existence of an objective metaphysical reality. If opposite to this, we follow relativism, Patrick, and we say that our mind is a clean slate and it is filled and it is the only thing that matters because the existence of metaphysical entities is internal to our minds, then we can only then I can say that this is a chair when I have the majority. Why? Because it exists inside of my mind. It has no metaphysical independence from my mind. It exists within it. And that is the question that you are asking. Precisely that has been asked throughout the history of humanity.
Horizon Guard.
So for example, let's take it to something different.
Try not to bother.
Maybe not something as trivial as a mouse or a chair. Imagine if I say that a man can be a woman, for example, regardless of the objective arrangement of molecules and particles. That can only happen. It's a direct consequence, or saying that a woman can be a man. That is a direct consequence that can only happen only after accepting that metaphysical entities exist inside of my mind, that they are intrinsic, that they are inherent in their existences to my mind, that they live inside of my mind. I argued this shit with a nihilist. And complementary holograms. You take a complementary hologram of Empress. And I doubt he had the vast knowledge that I just bestowed upon you, because I'm so incredible. No, that would be way too much people. No, I doubt he knew about all of this, because basically nihilism exists after relativism. So I directly attack the cause. So if they cannot even explain, if you cannot explain the cause, you cannot have this conversation, basically, Patrick. So the counter argument, if you are interested, would be I'm lacking some element of the puzzle. The counter argument would be, Patrick, that if the best argument she pressed out, a cow can be a chair. If I use it as a chair, the fact that you are using it as a chair, does it change the objective arrangement of particles? That it is a cow? That would be precisely the argument. That would be precisely the argument. Does the fact that she thinks, I think it was a she, or whatever, that they were wokes, whatever. Does the fact that you think the cow is a chair and you sit on top of the cow and you see how ridiculous it even sounds. Imagine that I sit on top of the cow. Does it change the fact that the molecules of the cow have the shape of a cow and not of a chair? Would be? Does the fact that your mind was intelligent enough to
Horizon Guard.
use it as a chair, does it change the fact that it is not a chair in its arrangement of molecules and particles? Does it change it? See that you probably thought it was ridiculous from natural observation of the argument. I'm trying to rationalize it, but you see that it even sounds like that. How about you?
Stand back. Captains only.
I am a captain.
I am.
Now let me pass before I demote you to sanitation.
My apologies, sir. Make yourself known.
Perfect. Nice. I found the exit. Now I touch this. I interact with this. Oh, 14 seconds of interaction. Nice.
Watch out.
Ah,
The Beastmaster's in a worse mood than usual.
okay. Okay. And then this one, I bet. What about this one? It would be too conspicuous. Conspicuous to do this with people watching nearby. Okay. I have to now get the people out of there. Okay. I get it. I get it. Let's see. We are going into the basement, people. So that would be the argument, Patrick. The fallacy against that would be that how can metaphysical entities have an existence only in our minds? That's what she's doing. what the nihilist is doing. Uh, Appropriating the existence of the metaphysical entity cow in her mind, using her mind to manipulate the metaphysical entity, and from there she derives the function, I'll use it as a chair. So the existence is inherent. But if that were the case, if that were the case,
What I say, Bev? Tell me what I said.
Keep the kids healthy.
Keep the kids healthy. But look at my kid over there. She look healthy to you?
No.
You're useless. Give me a medicine, or I'll feed her you instead.
does it change the fact that the cow's molecules and particles have a different arrangement in time and space than a chair? That she can do that? That she appropriated the existence of the metaphysical entity in her brain and used it in her favor to sit on top of the cow? Does it change the objective arrangement? Is it the combination of a chair, the molecules of a cow? No, no. That is the fallacy of relativism. Thinking that precisely our thoughts change the objective arrangement of molecules and particles in time and space. Thinking that our perception can override the objective arrangement of molecules and particles. That is objective metaphysical reality. That is a fallacy. You can sit on top of the cow. You can do it. But that does not change the fact that the cow has the particles. It's an arrangement of particles of that of a cow, not a chair. It's an objective fact. And the same goes for other topics, like I always say. A man is not a woman is not a man. Why? Because the proportion of gray matter in the brain is different. The particles arrange themselves differently for a male brain and a female brain. It's as simple as that. Unlocking loading door access door. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see where else. This is turning out to be a quite long puzzle section, people. So is that, Patrick. When confronted with this, the only thing that well, the person will never get out of it because of how you quietly take the foreman's access badge. Good. We are making progress, people. We are making progress. Now, what do we do with it? We have to go back to the previous to the previous zone. Let's see. No, this one was already unlocked. Okay, so it would be that, Patrick. One of her questions to me, which I might have answered it in a bold and too damn down way, is the meaning of responsibility. She was very, very against it. Yeah, because they wanted to live in a forest, right, without any kind of control. Was I remember the argument was that you commented to me last week when you when you joined to debate over there in a terribly masochist way, as I was doing the Halloween special. By the end of the Halloween special, it was. Uh, you pick up the beast's medicine. Okay, I wonder what I have to do with all of these objects that I'm picking up. People. They did a nice puzzle, though, I will admit with it. Okay, here we skipped one. There we go. 3 to go. It was precisely ion charge number 3. Now we need 2, 4, and 5. Okay. They did a nice puzzle here, huh? They did a nice puzzle. I can appreciate that. Okay, we are almost done. What about this? It will be too conspicuous to this with people watching nearby. Okay, I have to move them from there. Okay, so that one I cannot access it now. I think there was, let me remember, people, because it's a huge place. There was a zone that we had that we didn't have clearance for still. There was a door. There was a door that we didn't have clearance for. which I might have answered in a... See, that is a problem, Patrick. That is a problem with relativism. That is a problem. It sometimes gets on your nerves, and you reply to the person with the evident perception of reality. That never works. That never works, because at that moment you probably told her, well, but the cow is not a fucking chair, and you are dumb because of thinking it. And no, that causes the problem. That causes the problem, because in that way you are answering to the person correctly, but you are not rationalizing it. If you don't rationalize it, the person may be under the impression that you don't have any logic reasoning behind your answer, which I do understand you. I do understand you, Patrick. Trying to deal with lack of logic is exasperating. It wears you down. So the solution is to increase your capacity of tolerating debating with them without... I said you can change the usage of the cow, but you can change the cow itself. Well, it's precisely that. Then you didn't. Then you weren't exasperated by it. That's a good normal question. It's not a dumb way of answering. Then why did you say it was a dumb way of answering? Because you didn't say all of the historical context and everything that I told you now. It's the correct answer. It's the correct answer. I just say it with more rationalized words, I guess, with the objective arrangement of particles. But it's the same. It's the same concept. Okay, how about we try using what is indicated on the map? No, because I think we couldn't access this zone, right? Because there were some guards here. Indeed, some guards there. No, there was another one. There was another zone that... No, there was another zone that needed a special clearance. Which one was it? I think it was on the other floor. Hang on, I think it was on the second floor. That you needed like a special clearance. We need to go up by one level then. Could it be? Was it like that? Yep. Okay, it's almost a 1 hour puzzle, people. Unless you Google it, which I'm not doing. So, no, that one is locked. That one leads you over there. This one, no. This one we already did it, I think. No. Grand foyer here. Hang on. It was one over here. If it wasn't this one, is the other one. You can change the usage of the cow, but you can change the cow itself. And what was the reply then, Patrick, to that? What was the fucking reply to that, Patrick? That the usage is more important than what the cow is itself. Poor cow, by the way. Yeah. Imagine if everyone... No, another reply that I would say, Patrick, would be: imagine if everyone did it. Would it make sense? In that case, imagine if everyone sat on top of the cows as she's suggesting. Here, this one? This one. Yeah, it was this one. See, people, I knew it. Machine closet. Another one down. Good. Good. Now I need to go back down there and try to feed the Beastmasters animals down there. Imagine, my reply would have been also, imagine if everyone used the cows as chairs. Would that make sense for humanity? Would that fucking make sense for humanity? Since she likes to talk about functionality. Would it make sense? Imagine if everyone sat on top of cows from now on. Right now, well, I would be... In my case, I would be terribly fucked up because I spend a lot of time on this chair. So here, imagine if I were now streaming on top of a cow. Would that fucking make sense? Would that fucking make sense? Imagine a humanity like that. And you laugh because this is it's an absurd example. But you should be scared because it's the same fucking logic that we have our congressmen voting and passing bills right now. It's the very same fucking logic. The same logic that would make me stream on top of a cow is the one that our congressmen have right now in their heads. So imagine, imagine if you should be worried, people. Maybe that indicates to you why sometimes I am so inclined to debate all of these topics, why they are so important. I mean, the server was full of depressed teen girls and boys. Yeah, well, but you can be depressed and at least not say that everyone not say that a cow can act as a chair in that sense. But never forget this, Patrick. All of this is responsibility of the Obama administration. Of the Obama administration. Never forget that. Never forget that. All of those people are turned into that because of it. And because of Immanuel Kant 400 years ago. But we were, after the 2 world wars that Immanuel Kant had caused with his shit, we were finally getting rid of it. Somehow. In the 80s, in the 70s, in the 90s, in the 60s, after World War II, and now, why do they usually hate responsibility? Because it's much easier to just say that my opinion is justified for the sole reason of existing inside of my mind. Basically, see that the second you say, like John Locke said, and I admire John Locke, Patrick. I admire John Locke. He was a British empiricist. He was like a rationalist. Sorry, I think it was rationalism, the technical denomination, because empiricism was Descartes in France. Rationalism. But he wasn't a relativist yet. The relativism starts with Immanuel Kant, like when it goes full force. Up until that moment, I think it was somehow of a healthy balance in between the realism of Thomas Aquinas and the British rationalism of John Locke. Because John Locke, even if he said this, and I would have argued against this, I would have argued that it's what I told you about the. Do you remember the Greek? What is everyone's responsibility in general? Behaving like educated people, and from there derive the rest. And from there you derive the rest. But in general, not behaving like a beast, because we are not animals. The first problem is that people think that we are some kind of evolved monkeys. That is the problem, and we are not animals. But they assume that we are just some ultra advanced monkeys. That is not the case. The Catholic Church tried to change this with the concept of the soul. But even if you disagree with that, like I do, that the soul does not exist, you can still recognize that humans have a metaphysical essence external to our perception of it that makes us different from animals. You see? As I have been telling in the past, we've discussed this. It was through here, sorry people. Even if we evolved from monkeys, our brain has suffered mutations drastic enough as to not be animals. The monkeys don't have logic. They have instinct. The animals have instinct. We have logic. The second we have logic, we cannot be considered animals. We are not. If the Catholic Church used the argument of saying it was because we have a soul, perfect. Totally respectable. In my case, because we have a metaphysical essence that is external to our mental perception, that we cannot control, that gives us logic. The second it gives us logic, the human essence, we cannot be animals. But apparently this is not enough for people who are depressed like that and etc. The whole recording of Empress Bailing now? What? But... this one? Oh, it was right here. We are only lacking one. Good. The last one might have to do with the one that I have to move the people from down here. I can only imagine that happening if I release the fucking beasts with the let me see what objects, what mission objects we have. The medicinal cocktail, a mixture of the sick to perk up even the sickest beast. Yeah, we have to find the other one. Where is it? Holo recording, complimentary holo recording of Empress Bailing. Okay. I have to feed the fucking beast. Oh no. That is the only object that we haven't used. Night Captain Shield. Guard Barracks Dinner, we've already used it. The Iron Charges. No, this is for the fleet. No, this is for other. These two are for other things. No. Okay. Okay. So basically that. So you said they were all the server. I mean, the server was full of depressed teen girls and boys. Why they usually hate responsibility? This is what I told you, Patrick. The second you assume that all of the metaphysical entities in time and space exist, this one is the key. This is the last one, probably. It would be too conspicuous to do this with people watching nearby. Okay, we have to drive all of these guards away from here. How can we do it? By freeing the beasts? Or what? The last one. Let me use the hint ability here. Search the service hallway between the grand bowl and the kitchen floor to plant the final ion charge. Oh, we are fucked. That is not helping me. Search the service hallway between the grand ballroom and the kitchen on the main floor to plant the final ion charge. Yes, I know it, but there are guards nearby. I have to distract them somehow. There's only one element that we haven't used. Final piece of the puzzle, people. The hardest, clearly, because it's the one that I haven't solved yet.
Everything's in order.
It's that one. The security center. Has to be in here. There's way too many guys around the place. Why do they hate the responsibility? Because for relativism it's easy. The second you can say that your perception of reality overrides the objective arrangement of molecules and particles, and say, for example, what I have been commenting to you, precisely, that the cow, the example that she said to you, that hey, you can sit on top of the cow and it acts as a chair, and since you could change the functionality, then you can override metaphysical. You cannot override metaphysical reality. With relativism, you can feel the illusion, right? You can feel the illusion that you are actually overwriting metaphysical reality. That you are actually overwriting it. But you don't. They just think they can. But they can't. Even if you sit on top of the cow, it won't turn into a chair. Even if you try to overwrite it, it won't. It has to do with the example that I told you back in ancient Greece. This is the sad part that as humanity it is sad to contemplate. Remember the example I told you about the Greek fisherman, Patrick? If not, I repeat it because it was some time ago. Or I can use a baby, a child, a newborn. the baby does not know anything about culture and society or anything or any any complex concepts like economy and politics and etc. No, but imagine that he's 1, 2 years old. He can perceive humanity in people. He cannot perceive the intentions. Maybe that's why they need to be protected and etc. He may the child may not be able to survive on his own and etc. And all of those things, but he's still able to perceive humanity in other people. He can perceive that you are a human and not a dog, for example, right? That is an external metaphysical uh, concept that indicates that we are not completely a clean slate. The tale of the fisherman. How society was born before, how it was born in ancient Greece. How it was born. Precisely, the tale of the fisherman that Aristotle, yeah, I think it was Aristotle or Socrates, I think, said about those. Basically, basically, two fishermen, right? Ancient Greece, two guys, two people, right? Go to a lake, to a river, sorry, not to a lake, to a river. It was a river instead. To fish, right? One day, they fish, etc. At the next day, are they the same people? Are both of the fishermen the same people? Well, one could argue that all of the molecules and particles in their bodies, the water of the river, the fish in it, everything changed. The particles are completely different. The particles are all completely different, right? It was Aristotle, the one who solved this. I remember it because I remember the name of the theory. Everything changed. Every single particle changed. All of our particles are constantly changing and in constant movement in all of our bodies. How can we say that we are the same people we were a fraction of a second ago if all of the particles in our body are constantly changing? The particles in the air right now, everything is in a constant movement. How can you say that a metaphysical entity is the same as it was a fraction of a second ago if the particles aren't stable, if there isn't any element that is stable in the same place without moving, without change, the concept of change in time and space? This is called the problem of universals that Aristotle solved, precisely. In the problem of universals, Aristotle said that the fishermen, even if all of the molecules in their bodies changed, even if the molecules of the river changed, all of the fish in it, and they are technically a different combination of molecules and particles than they were during the previous day, on the previous day, sorry. Uh, Even if that's the case, there are certain universal metaphysical essences that then Thomas Aquinas, when he recovered the work of Aristotle, called it the soul, what we now understand as soul. The problem is that even religious people generally don't study these things. That is the problem. We even have ignorant religious people. That is the problem. That then Thomas Aquinas called it the soul. Now, it is not needed to call it the soul. You can call it like Aristotle called it originally. Universal metaphysical essence. The thing is that soul is just one word. Thomas Aquinas like synthesized it in one word, the soul. But the real concept of soul is a universal metaphysical essence that was developed by Aristotle originally in that sense. So pretty much, what happened with the fisherman, to wrap it up? Fisherman A and fisherman B, they both simultaneously perceived in the other one that even if they couldn't prove that they were the same people as they were yesterday, because all of the particles changed, because they didn't know about particles, they just said They use magical concepts to 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 replace the concept of molecules and particles that we have with modern science. But basically that. Uh, how do they know it? Because they can perceive. Oh fuck, my connection. My connection imploded. What the fuck? Because they could perceive in the other a universal metaphysical essence of humanity. They could perceive that the other fisherman was the same, even if all of the particles had changed in their bodies. Basically, I don't know why this happens every time, every day at this moment, people. They could perceive it. Damn it, the servers imploded. Shit. Don't worry, they will come back up right now. There it is. Now it will work. So they could perceive that. You would need to lay out this example to the person and tell them, how is it possible that you recognize, for example, that your mother is your mother, that your father is your father? If that were true, you wouldn't be unable to recognize that your relative is your relative, that your friends are your friends. You wouldn't be able to identify that a person is the same that it was last week, if that were true. Because technically all of the particles changed, but you can perceive the universal metaphysical essence in the person. If the Catholic Church wants to call it soul, it's a perfectly fine definition that synthesizes the more amplified concept that I gave you. What is the best skill you could develop in life? You've asked me that one. I told you, asking yourself why constantly, why things happen. For example, have you asked yourself why the person who you debated with, uh, why was she like she was? There we go. Why was she? There we go. We found it. Oh yeah, I'm just tired, probably. But you have wondered why she was like she was. Why? Ask yourself why she was like she was. Have you wondered that? Let me turn on the AC, people. We are getting into the summer here. Fuck.
Beginning her speech.
Nice.
Ahead of schedule.
Now I'll get into the responsibility one. I thought that was overthinking. KW. No, well, that's a problem. You shouldn't overestimate it. It's never overthinking. You can never overthink enough. Well, if you won't move in life ever again and you stay thinking forever, yes, but no, I don't think it's the case. I don't think it's the case, Patrick.
My empire. The Alliance tried to destroy me, but I ground them to dust. Now the Outlander hides in fear as my fleet rips through the galaxy. I am the wrath of the dragon's fire. I am your eternal empress.
Looks like we'll finally get to kill something.
It's time the people of Zakul learn the truth. We'll give it to them. Let's ditch the armor. Give a speech to Crash.
Regarding the I thought that was overthinking, KW. No, it's never overthinking, Patrick. You have to ask yourself, why is it that she was like she was now? Why? What made her be what she was? What? I have the answer. Evident one. But you need to ask yourself why, like that every time. She was like she was because of relativism. The direct cause, Obama administration, but that is not the real cause. Real cause, education of the United States. She was from California, Obama administration. And why is it that the Obama administration had a certain education that made her be that way? Okay, let's trace it back. The history of the United States, we are talking about a country that got its independence and everything and started existing way after relativism took hold of humanity. The composition we are talking about, a good portion that are Puritans and that will lean them more towards realism, but most of the population, after the influence of the Obama administration, was more coming from the Democrat side, in that sense, definitely, and because of that, oh well, it leans towards relativism. Which then we have to ask ourselves, why relativism causes this? Why? Well, because of the things that I've commented to you. Because when metaphysical entities have an internal existence, when they have an internal existence in our mind, comes the clean slate. So at that point, if something exists inside of your mind, well, it really, you can really say only after that, I think I shouldn't have opened that gate. Ah, yes. Yeah, I don't think it was meant to be like this. But well, no matter. It's not overthinking, Patrick. You can only finally destroy relativism when you reach all of the why causes. When you can explain why it happens like it happens. That way, it's impossible for them for it to keep going.
Today we celebrate the Eternal Empire's strength and watch our enemies suffer. The rebels who spit on Isaacs. And the worm who betrayed me. They deserve an eternity of torment.
So basically that.
No one, not even the Outlander, can save them.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I beg to fucking differ. Here's the fucking Outlander.
An empty promise from the evil Empress.
So you're Indo's puppet master? Or is Father controlling you both?
You're the only one under Valkorian's spell. Does the public know about your conditioning?
Aren't we close enough to say the spell?
Kneel before the Dragon of Zaku.
That worked well. That worked very well. Indeed, it's never overthinking, Patrick, to wrap it up. And the case of responsibility, of course, they hate responsibility because I told you, I think, relativism is a more seductive, more easier way. The second you can say that simply your, but I have no problem repeating me. I have no problem repeating myself endlessly. The second you say, because we've talked about so many things that maybe you forget about some of the, no worries, I repeat them anytime that is needed. The second you say that you can organize a society simply by saying that it's a sum of mental perceptions, it's much easier. It's much easier to manipulate, and it's for the person executing the manipulation, and it's much easier for the person being controlled as well. That is the thing. Because it's easier to just numb your mind, to have a numb mind saying, oh well, let's just vote, and a conclusion of what the majority says, that's pretty much right 100%. That's it, and that's reality. See, it is much simpler doing that than saying all of the fucking things that I say all day, that a majority can be perfectly wrong, and that is what caused precisely World War II and the attack of Napoleon, and then the Mustache Man 100 years afterwards, and Stalin, and etc. Because a majority is not right. What is right is the fact that out of two mental perceptions, out of two opinions, there will always be one that is closer to describe metaphysical reality. That should be the correct one that is being taken as our best approximation of reality. It doesn't matter if it's a single person among 90 individuals or 100 individuals. It doesn't matter if his perception was the most accurate through meritocracy. That person should be the one that, through empirical evidence, proved that his perception was the most accurate. And the second a person is telling me that you can sit on top of a cow and suggests that the functionality of a cow can be that of a chair, well, I simply use a reduction to absurdity and say that if everyone right now sat on top of cows instead of chairs, it would be stupid and ridiculous for humanity because it would destroy our spines, for example. Uh, uh, I could also argue that the cows have a lot of much better uses, like giving us milk or meat or whatever for humanity and etc. And the second you can do that, her perception of reality is far away from describing it. It doesn't matter if there's a million nihilists and only myself saying this shit alone in the desert. It doesn't change the fact that my perception is closer to describe it. What would you say to a person who has been manipulated by money? What I mean is that he or he actually believes that money determines people. I would tell the person that if that was true, and I dropped the person in the middle of a desert, money would have no value for him at all. For example, I would say that. The second thing I would tell him is that money, while it is required for society to function, it is required for society to thrive and etc. It's a great invention of humanity like language. It cannot replace happiness because it's not happiness. Happiness is a condition in which the person has an internal state of peace, an internal state of peace derived from feeling accomplished in life. And the sole fact of possessing money does not cause that. For example, I can give you the example, Patrick. Uh, you could say that, well, as I told you, I am not a millionaire like you may believe, and etc. That is false. I do have that what you are saying, and I would still, uh, and I still feel the need to find love, for example, or I don't know, another thing that I may lack. Cultural accomplishment. I love the United Kingdom. For example, I am an Anglophile. I would love to live either in the United States or the United Kingdom, for example. Or, I don't know, discovering how the universe works. A thirst for curiosity about where in hell are we? Because we actually do not know the answer to that question. The shape of the universe. See that happiness does not have to do exclusively to that. I would also tell the person a more immediate example if you want to be more efficient. If you want to be 100% efficient, I would tell the person, because I know that ignorance works that way. I would go for something simpler because these two, maybe you understand them, but someone ignorant doesn't. Uh, Ask the person, really, you like this? Really? Money is all. Well, I imagine I give you $1 million, but I break both of your legs right now. Would you accept it? Ask him that. I give you $1 million, but I break both of your legs. You stay in a wheelchair forever. I would do that one. That one is more efficient because it's more physical. What do you think? I would tell the person that. $1 million. I break both of your legs. You stay in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. You have the $1 million. I break both of your legs. If the person replies yes, Patrick, I would directly suggest you to get away from it because the person is a psychopath. Like that. And even the person will perceive it at that point with that example. What do you think of my example? Is it a good idea or not? What do you think? Do you think it will work for you, for your friend or whoever said that or not? Both of your legs. $1 million, I break both of your legs, you stay in a wheelchair forever. Would you accept that? No. Then money is not the most important thing in life. If the person says yes, the person is a psychopath. I'm sorry to tell you. He's an absolute psychopath. He has no appreciation for life. It's like that.
Smile for the cameras.
How much time did this puzzle take? It's a 1-hour puzzle, people. Oh, nice.
Boys are cool.
You can't win, Outlander.
You're not away from keyboard? No, I'm not away from keyboard. No, I'm choosing dialogues. Don't log me out. You have a friend who is in your high school and he won't go to university just to work more for the faster money. Well, if... No, wait, Patrick. Wait. If his family has a company like it doesn't matter if it's a small company. It can be a shop or whatever. If the person comes from a family that already solved his economic future for him, well, it's not that he's selling candy. There's a difference. Now, I would still suggest the person to go to university and then afterwards, if he wants to, I would do that as a parent. If after university he wants to come back to the family's company and inherit everything, all perfect. But he needs the general culture of university. I would do that. But well, no, sadly we cannot pretend that from everyone. Hey, here the image got frozen. She's not breathing.
When I take your throne, I think I'll have you stuffed and used as a footrest.
Clever. I'll have to remember that when I destroy you.
Basically that. Nah, he doesn't have that kind of... Okay, now I read it. Oh, great, that's the solution. Bombard the whole place. Or not. What the...
My sister alive.
Oh! Arkan, he's alive. Oh. Where are they reusing the 4 Sentinel headgear? That one. That one is an old...
We found Arkan.
Ah.
If he plans to join us, now is the perfect time.
Then we better get moving.
Well, I guess I will finally have something to kill. Hopefully I can do it solo. Oh yes, great idea. We will be definitely safe here. In the Beastmaster's pit. Perfect. Finally some action. What the fuck was this? Defeat the beasts. In the must survive. Oh, what the... What on earth? Stunners. They. How am I fucking supposed to do this? Fuck. Oh my fucking god. What is this shit? That thing was permanently stunning me. Oh my fucking god, I smell shit. I smell shit all over the place. Now I read it, Patrick. Kill this thing. First I'll have to kill this stunner. Ah, you only deal damage in melee. Shit. He can leap. That thing can leap. No. Stupid jump. Die once and for all. Die, die. Fuck. Oh. I don't think so. You're not killing him. No. No. Come over here. I love my lightnings. Nah, he doesn't have that kind of background. He said he won't study because he had enough. He wants to make money earlier. Okay, Patrick. In a normal, civilized society, requires survival. If his character dies, the encounter will immediately end in failure. Yeah, this one didn't die. Inosal must survive. You must survive. Defeat the Rancor. What Rancor? Oh, that one. Junior! Nothing like calling a Rancor Junior. Okay. I'll wait for another heroic moment. Junior. Alertness. Immune to crowd control effects that break on damage. Immune to taunts. Okay. So he'll try to kill the guy. But he's not immune to stuns. Good. So let me place my face walk here to teleport. We will of course engage him from the opposite direction of the victim that he's trying to kill, and we have to protect. Great influence of a level design in the gameplay mechanics. See that even if we survive, the other one has to survive. Okay. He wants to make money early. Okay. If he doesn't have a background like mine that I told you, that if you have a company already going on in that sense, why don't you activate the abilities? Well, doesn't matter. In that sense, Patrick, then in a normal country, Patrick, in a normal country, not mine, in a normal country, you are making the right call in a normal country, more or less stable, Western country. We're not talking about war situations or something crazy. In a normal country, first of all, I would say he's making a mistake because uh, regardless of money, university gives you general culture. For example, I wouldn't be able to talk to you with all of these that you may appreciate or not so much, or with Pillow or Crowbar or District or whatever. I wouldn't be able to talk to any of you on the same level without going to university first, regardless of money. Let's just separate that. That is the first thing that I would tell you. That just because of the general culture, yes. Now, on top of that, in a normal country, where I'll wait for heroic moment and unity. 1 minute. In a normal country, Patrick, the person who goes to university should earn more
Welcome to our market, potential customer.
than the one that, as you are describing, doesn't want to study, doesn't want to do anything like your friend does, in that sense, and wants to earn money immediately. I will say one thing. It is highly probable that even if you go to university, for example, you said law degree or whatever, regardless of which one you choose, you will have to work as you study anyways. But about something that is then going to have much more headroom potential, let's say, to grow more. What he's choosing, he may earn the money now. I'm assuming it's not candy selling or any illegal activity. I am assuming that we are talking about normal work, Patrick. He's already at the roof of what he can achieve if he doesn't study. In a normal country, again, you should be like on the floor of what you can as you study. Anyways, you will have to work. Yeah, he's not a candy seller, okay. Which is more difficult? A hard job for 10, 12 hours daily or a hard degree over at university? If I were given that only because of the education, I would go to the university, as you are telling me. If then the country is way too broken, too unfair for whatever reason, anyways, in your case, you are not at the end of the world in Antarctica like me, Patrick. You are right besides Europe. You have you have a EU citizenship, like I had to get with a lot of, thanks to my great grandpa and with a lot of effort. But I'm millions of, not millions, 15k kilometers away. It doesn't sound that distant when using that. I'm 10k from the US and 15k from Europe, more or less. It's like that. You have plenty of countries in Europe to move to. You just move to Austria, right beside you if you don't want to move a lot. You move to Austria. You move to Switzerland. You move to any of those. They are right beside you. And besides, you get a safer spot from the Soviet Union's attack. I can't speak German. Learn. Anyways, you don't need it. If you speak English, you can be dropped on any country in Europe. You don't need. If you know how to speak good English, you can be dropped on any country in Europe. Maybe only in very close communities, precisely like some zones of Switzerland and some zones of Austria. You may have, but at the big cities, no. At a big city, no. Not at a big city, Patrick. If Europe has the highest per capita non-native English-speaking population in the world, granted, you may not have perfect English, you may not hear perfect English, of course, because most people are not native. But you go to a big city. That the only limitation is that you wouldn't be able to live in the middle of a more rural area. You will need to live in a more urban city. I don't think that's a huge problem for you, isn't it? I don't think it would be a huge problem for you in that sense. So as long as that happens, I don't see why. What's that? Snack? He's looking for a snack? He wants to kill him. Oh, I don't think so. I can stun you. What? He killed him! Is this a joke? Is this a fucking joke? How am I supposed to kill him so fast? What the fuck? Service droid. What the fuck? Is this a test of damage? Maybe I have to stay here? What the fuck? There's something I'm not understanding. So, in that sense, don't let that discourage you at all. At all. I wouldn't let that discourage me. Shit. That thing hits way too hard. I need to separate him from the guy. Come over here, move. Get out of there. Find the snack. Here, I am the snack. No, don't go over there. What the fuck is this, a joke? What the fuck? He just eats him. Find snack. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? If you would be given the chance to live right now in England, would you accept it? Is it with my parents or alone? I wouldn't leave my parents alone. I wouldn't. I am not like that. For us Italians, family always comes first, even ourselves. With my parents, of course, that is the idea. Without my parents, no, they would need to at least go there and come back. If they can go there and come back, yes. Yes, of course, I would accept it. Yes, yes, yes. You would need to learn Arabic also, Kakdali. No, 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 Patrick. No, no. I would choose a zone that has no, no. Yes, my dream is to live over there with a native English speaking person. But I wouldn't also abandon my parents. I wouldn't. I know that for the Germanic tradition and everyone, this sounds completely ridiculous and stupid and whatever thing. I know it's not like this in other countries. For someone born Italian or Spaniard, anyone derived directly from the Roman Empire won't do that. You don't abandon your family. Like that. It's not like that. It's like the Godfather in that sense. It's like the Godfather. The family comes above all. It's like that a bit. He's a bit like that. What the fuck? Well, I honestly don't know what the fuck happened there, but yeah. What? Where's my force power? Something. It reset the encounter for some reason. You would need to learn Arabic also, Kekdawali. Kappa. Yeah. That is. I'm on a different opinion. Finally. Yes. No. For us, family comes above all. Yeah. I would. I would if somehow my parents can come back and forth. I don't want to rent. That's another problem. I don't want to rent. I do not want to rent. I want to buy a property. That is the thing, Patrick. That is the thing. I don't believe in rent. No one believes in rent, but well. No one believes in rent. In Hungary, living with your parents means you are a failure, basically. Oh, I would ask the person why. It's because not every country has the great the great fortune of being directly descended from. Ah, you interrupted. Ah, no, it's uninterruptible. Unit is currently fetching for a snack. Immune to snares. This is like a bad joke, people. This is like a bad joke. This this is like a troll quest. Like Junior is not a threat because he doesn't kill me. He moves way too slow. Can I pull this guy at least? Here. Easy meal. Unable to move and act efficiently due to the combination of injury. Can I pull this guy at least so Junior doesn't kill him? This is like a troll quest. There has to be some kind of trick. Like my mother moved out when she was 17 and my father left his home when he was 23. Yeah, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Here it's not. In Italy, Spain, and here it's not like that. When my father was trying to live alone, the same, not at those ages, but at closer to 30, I think it was 28, something like that, 20, yeah, 25, etc. His own, my grandpa himself told him, do not buy a car. Do not buy a car. Finish your studies. I will pay you for food and etc. Do not buy a car. Buy an apartment directly. And that's what he did. And then we could rent the apartment, and that gives you living off rent. If you do that, it's very difficult to then live off rent, Patrick. See that and that is something that Italians understand very well. We are very bad at economics, generally, but that is something that we understand very well. The bricks. The bricks. You have to secure the bricks, as we say it here. I do not give a shit if a putrid illiterate thinks that I'm a fake. I don't give a shit, honestly. In my case, I would say that 99% of society is illiterate. Sadly, I will just say that. See, that is the thing that you don't find in the Germanic culture, for example, or in Central Europe or in the United States. You won't find this in this way of conceiving life. This is the Italian way of conceiving life. The bricks. Do you have the bricks? Patrick, are you the owner of a home? If the answer is no, then why would you give a shit what society thinks about you? If they are renting, they have no moral authority. They have no moral authority. How can you call someone a failure if you are suggesting the person to rent when he could have the probability of not renting? Why are you insulting someone if you are performing worse? It would be the bottom line answer there. I don't know, makes fucking sense, right? I think it does make fucking sense, don't you? I think it does make fucking sense. Don't know, what do you think? Do you actually believe that... There, we interrupted it, you have to interrupt it. Do you believe it is true? That someone is a failure just because he was intelligent enough as to understand he cannot control the variables of the economy and okay, we have to interrupt Junior more frequently. This is a fucking joke. Either with a stun or something. I wonder if I should be able to use overload. Okay, then this is easy. You can stop shooting, Theron. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. It's okay. It's okay. It's a puzzle fight. It's not about damage. It's a puzzle fight. Patrick, my answer to you. So everyone who in Hungary living with your parents means you're a failure, basically. Well, means that you're a failure. Do you believe it is actually like that? See, this is the difference between the Italian way of life and the Germanic culture. Do you believe it is like that? Personally, on a personal note. Do you believe it is like that? Are you convinced by what society tells you? No. If not, who gives a shit? Who gives a fucking shit? If everyone is stupid, that is the Italian way of thinking. That's an individualistic approach. The approach that you are describing is derived from Germanic culture. It's a community approach to culture. I am rationalizing it for you so you realize how it is. Like that. Fuck. Yeah, he does a one-hit kill. Okay, it's a technical fight, people. We have to move away from Junior, kill him, protect the guy here, and interrupt him. It's more important to interrupt him. It's a puzzle fight. Right, my money. Where's my legacy cargo hold? Patrick, my question. Do you believe it is like that? Do you believe it is like that? That just for living with your parents, the person is a failure? Do you believe it is like that? If you don't, why do you give a shit about a band of putrid illiterates think? If your parents love you, and like I told you, the bricks. The bricks. If you don't have the bricks, you don't have the moral authority. I'm sorry to call anyone anything. I have the bricks. More than one. And I would never call anyone a failure. Why would I have to tolerate an illiterate telling that to me? Why do I have to tolerate it? Well, like that. Imagine not only me, most of the population like this. Do you think people would say that people are failures? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. This is the Italian way of life. What do you think of it? It's like that. What moral authority do they have to say it if they don't have the bricks? If they are renting, why would you call anyone a failure? In that sense. Whose advice opinion do you take? My parents. My parents. The ones that have experience and are not some kind of young children just saying stupid shit. I would take the advice of people who are older. not people who are younger than me. Whose advice, opinion, or do you mean me personally? If you mean me personally, as I told you, my parents. That took them from their grandparents. That took them from their grandparents. And that's how the Roman way of life is preserved. The Italian Roman way of life is preserved and made its way to the Americas here in Argentina, which is unique. It is true. That's why Pilo, that's the part that Pilo doesn't understand, sadly, that Argentines are not like Mexicans because of this. We are like Italians and Spaniards. We are not like Mexicans because of this. Because we don't give a fucking shit what our neighbor thinks. If someone, imagine if someone told anyone here, oh no, but if you don't leave home without being while renting. Oh, I rent, but you are a fucking failure because you didn't leave home at whatever age, at 25, at 30, or whatever. The person would laugh at you, would laugh at you, will probably laugh at you and insult you and tell you you're a putrid illiterate. That's what most people would tell you, regardless if they are left or right, eh? Regardless if they are owners or not. That's the reaction you would get here. I need to be honest with you. It's pretty much that. Like, what moral authority does the person who told you that, or thinks, or you know that thinks that, has in that sense? What kind of authority does the person have? Is he renting? He's probably renting. And I don't say this thinking, oh, I'm a genius and etc. and I don't rent and etc. No. No. It's just that I wouldn't insult people like that because I'm civilized. This is the part that the Germanic tribes could never understand, sadly. There we go. That being Roman, being part of the empire, was being civilized at the end of the day. It is being civilized, not insulting people, and behaving in public. It's not being some kind of loser and etc. It's being civilized. And it is uncourteous. It is uncourteous to judge someone like that just because they haven't, for whatever reason, maybe they just love their parents or whatever, they live at home. It's an absolute lack of respect. Then of course, I take it as if there we go. It's like that. We have to use all of our interruptions, people. Okay, we have to interrupt this guy. It's a fucking lack of courtesy. It's a fucking lack of courtesy, and because of that, I cannot take the person seriously. Do you understand? But the problem is that in the Roman Empire, we believed in authority, and vertical authority. In Germanic tribes, sadly, you were influenced in that sense. A very bad trait of me is that I still care what people think about me. I feel embarrassed on the pornography, so probably this is from elementary school. No, Patrick. It's from the Germanic tradition. It's from the Germanic tradition. Countries that are affected by Germanic tradition believe in the importance of community. No, it doesn't have to do with any problem you might have had in elementary school. I know that elementary school is always shit and etc. But it doesn't have to do with that, Patrick. It has to do with Germanic tradition that was uncivilized, contrary to the Roman Empire that was civilized. Why? Because our authority is vertical. Germanic authority is horizontal. The community, everyone is equal. We don't believe in that. Italians, Spaniards, Portuguese, Argentines, not Mexicans, because they mixed with the local population. We didn't. We believe in vertical authority. We believe in vertical authority. And in vertical authority, you need to back up the source of the authority. What authority does someone who rents has to deliberately insult you, saying that you are a failure because you don't have a car, or you don't fuck 5 women a day, or etc.? What moral authority does he have? Zero. The problem is that in Germanic tradition, since everyone is equal, you have to tolerate the existence of a person saying something stupid. Here we don't believe in that. Romans didn't believe in that. We don't believe in that. You want to call that dictatorship? Like the Germans do, like Pillow sometimes tell me. I don't give a shit. I am civilized. I am civilized. And it is the duty of the civilized and sane individual share that gift with those who maybe aren't, in that sense. And I'm not mentioning Pillow. I'm mentioning the person who told you that precisely, or anyone who debates against me. I'm mentioning the person who told you that you are a failure in life just because of that shit. It's ridiculous. And after a mean of in sitting on the bus, I'm thinking they laugh at me probably. I have something on my face. No, why would I? Why would that be the case, Patrick? Why would that be the case? You shouldn't think like that. I wish you would visit Italy. You would realize some of the things that I'm saying. You will realize that maybe your solution is instead going to either Spain or Italy if you like the way you see I interpret life. It's the only solution I would tell to you. Maybe you would be more comfortable in a Roman Catholic country, in a direct Roman Catholic country. In that sense, because it is like I'm telling you. Who are you? It's more individualistic. Who are you to judge a person because of that shit? If a person lives with his parents, oh well, that's it. He must love them. Good for him, in fact. In fact, here is a good trait. Depending on the situation, in that sense. It's a very positive trait. For example, I took care of my grandma until she died. Same with my parents. Would anyone say that's a bad trait? Shit. Would anyone say that's a bad trait? Well, probably someone uneducated. For example, yes, for example, I took care of my grandma during the COVID problem, the COVID incident, and etc. My parents weren't at the hospital. What? Do I leave my grandma to die? For example, because I am an independent, stupid person or whatever the fuck. That's what they suggest as a society. No, sorry. You have Germany for that, I guess. You have Germany for that. You have other societies, not a Roman society, not an Italian society. What do you think of Giorgia Maloney? I think she has had a positive influence, but she still has way too many interactions with the European Union that I didn't get to directly vote in the first election that she had, but then I voted. Yeah, for her in that sense. And for her in that sense, of course, she has had a positive influence. Could have been better. Could have been better, without a doubt. Without a doubt, it could have been better. I do think she still has some things to improve. For example, I do think that, as I told you, she should be much more severe with the one that I always criticize, with von der Leyen and all of the things that maybe the European Union, I think that's wrong. Can I stand this thing? Yes, I can. Stop right there. Shit. Yeah, I shouldn't get close to this. The problem is that I need to get close to perform some of the attacks. This is like a puzzle fight, because it's like a one-hit kill. I can play around the bones here. Lure him around the bones. Make Europe... No, Patrick, it doesn't have to do with that. But yeah, I think it's under an invasion. I do think it's under an invasion, without a doubt. Without a doubt, I do think Europe is under an invasion, sadly. Sadly, I think it's under an invasion. Without a doubt, yes. I do not deny reality like they do. I do believe it's under an invasion force. And they don't realize it in the name of being like neutral and etc. And the far right and the things that they say. There we go, perfect interruption. Yes, I do think they are attacking our cultural heritage, without a doubt. Without a doubt, I do think they are attacking our cultural heritage. No, 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 no. Don't go for the snack. Come to me. Come to me. Don't go for the snack. The guy doesn't taste good. Come for me. No. There you go. No, don't go for the snack. Don't go for the snack. Don't go for the snack. This is a fight of resistance, huh? No. There we go. Shit, I shouldn't have done that. I stunned him. I think my stun failed or something like that. Shit. Bad. Bad. No. Shit. But they are doctors, said the stumped girl on the festival floor at 11 p.m. Well, there, but I have something for you, Patrick. The second they realize, the population, not the politicians do it on purpose. The second they realize, Patrick, that, for example, that they have countries to have healthy migration from. The problem is that a lot of you are not told about the existence of those countries. The same population will like migration from 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 other countries than those ones. And there they will see the difference in quality, and they won't vote for something like von der Leyen ever again, and they will realize that they are not getting good migration, the quality of the migration. Hungary got the doctors and the pizza delivery guys, so I'm talking from a comfortable place. No, yeah, but they are not getting high quality migration. For example, imagine Italy. For example, Italy is not stupid. Italy is not stupid. They get that influence from the European Union, but you do you know where they get the most migration from when they have to choose? They get it from here, from the highest Italian diaspora outside of Italy. They are not stupid. They are not stupid. The problem is that in the case of Germany, of northern territories, they are being fed. They are not being told about our existence, for example. Imagine if you got, I don't know, Canadian migration, Argentine migration, like me. Some people like me, imagine. Patrick. People from my university. Maybe they are not as eloquent as I am, with my great charisma and individual traits. Maybe, but I assure you they are similar to me in some cases. Some of my friends. Wouldn't you have migration like that? Imagine, imagine 1,000 erasers, for example, to your country. What would the population pick? For example, I'm doing it directly. I'm being as brutally honest as I am with you. This is the problem with Europe. Or 1,000 Canadians. I don't know. Or from the United States. Imagine. Imagine. There would be a difference in the quality of the migration that would expose, it would expose the lies that people have been fed so far, sadly, in that sense. It would expose the quality of the migration. It's not just the quantity, it's the quality. For example, the United States. Do you think the United States gets any kind of migration? No. They like Spanish migration precisely. Do you think it's a coincidence? No, it's not. They understood that perfectly, and Europe needs to understand that. That it's not the quantity, it's the quality of the migration in that sense. I'm not against migration. I am in favor of meritocracy and quality migration. Oh, but you are judging people. What is quality for you? Quality is that they are Roman Catholic and... No. No. I mean that they are culturally attuned. That they are culturally attuned with the traditions of Roman Catholicism. Simple as that. I'm not asking, why would you choose England over Italy, says Patrick. Great question. If I could choose 100%, I would choose the United States. if I could choose 100%. Even with the situations that we have now, sadly, and etc., I would still say the United States. I would feel safe in the sense that it cannot be attacked by any external power. 100%. I have European citizenship, so that's out of the question. That's out of the question. It's easier for me saying that I'm making use of my citizenship and going Europe. Inside of Europe. Why would I choose it? Because first language, I speak English. I don't speak Italian, Patrick. An Argentine is an Italian who speaks Spanish. We are culturally Italian, but we speak Spanish because we descend from the Spaniards, right? That's the thing. You could say, why don't you choose Spain? For the same reason, I will take it as the same question. Why not choose Italy or Spain, something more culturally? Because I personally, first of all, I like monarchies. Second of all, the reality of the situation is that this is something personal. I am an Anglophile. I do love the United Kingdom. I would like to go to the museum of Sherlock Holmes. I culturally like England, the history and everything. And I do believe that the fact that they are... I want to believe that once this wave of communism fades away from all of our European countries, I do believe England... I do believe England has always had, Anglo-Saxon tradition has always had harsher rules for criminals. Let's ignore the shitty situation that we are in right now. Normally, under normal circumstances, it's been harsher with criminals. Always, for example, with the prison island that they had, and etc. Shit. I should have saved my interruption there. Fuck you. Fuck you, stupid Rancor. Fuck you, Juju. Why would you say? It's something very personal. And Patrick, I love... I think the infrastructure is much more modern. Italy has a lot of older buildings, for example. And I like modern... This is something personal, right now. I would happily also choose Italy compared to many places in South America. But maybe not the capital where I am now. Maybe not the capital. I am in a zone that is more like Europe in that sense. Better in some cases. But for example, this is something very personal. I like cities. Patrick, I'm not a rural person. This is just my personal situation. It's a very personal question. Besides my love for England, for the British Crown, for the monarchy, that I think is pretty organized and etc., I like modern buildings. I live in cities. I never lived... For example, Patrick, just so you see the situation, because I know it must be quite weird. I know it must be quite weird. I've never lived in a house. For example. What the? Why did he die? Fuck. I didn't interrupt it. Another debate. When you gonna play Diablo Immortal, says District. Oh, true, I forgot about your game. District, but you chose Diablo 2 Media and Excel with Patrick in the voting. I would told you I would play Media and Excel first if you voted, or you want Diablo Immortal instead, District. Another debate. No, it's not a debate. We are just chatting about life, pretty much. We are chatting about... Patrick just asked me, why would I choose to live... Why my love for England? And I would choose to live there instead of Italy, of my home country's citizenship, in that sense. Why would I do that if culturally it's different? First of all, the language. Patrick said, Diablo Immortal needs something to replace Drakensang. Okay, but we can do that next year. Instead, Diablo 2 Media and Excel is shorter. That is, like, close to Drakensang gameplay. But we can do Media and Excel instead. For now. And then do Immortal next year, like the main analysis. Well, but if you like Immortal, we're gonna replace it. But then Media and Excel gets delayed. 2 Diablos is way too much. You have to choose District. I think Media and Excel is gonna be short. Can't take more than what, 2, 3 streams, and I fulfilled the voting that you and Patrick did. So yeah, regarding that, Patrick, the first thing, the language. I do not speak Italian, like you don't speak German. I do not speak Italian, even if I'm an Italian citizenship. I am Lombard. You can Google what a Lombard is. It's from northern Italy. I am. I have the citizenship. 100%. I have the blood in my veins. Indeed. But I do not speak Italian. Why? Because of the Roman right of blood. The citizenship is inherited because of the blood I have. It doesn't matter where I'm born. It's different. That is part of that is the creation of my Roman ancestors, and is of our Roman ancestors, and it's in the constitution of Italy. You are Roman, let's say, you are Italian, you learn the hand gestures, and you are good to go. I know we have the hand gestures like this, or you know that I do a lot of hand gestures a lot of the time, that I'm very expressive, that, for example, District has highlighted it in the past. We have the hand gestures. We already have them. For example, like this. It is common to say this in Argentina. Like, what are you saying? This is what? What is it? I don't understand. For example. And I'm good to go. I can learn it. But as I told you, believe it or not, my love is England. You know what my... You guys are going to laugh if I tell you this, but you know what my biggest dream in life is? It is not money. It is not any anything regarding that. Besides love and etc. Let's say a cultural dream besides living there. I think the highest honor a person can have is to be declared Sir by the British Crown. This is something that a lot of people would probably laugh at nowadays. But for me, it has a lot of value. It has a lot of value. Because despite of everything that everyone can complain about, after the Roman Empire, well, it was the British who civilized the world, who brought civilization. You could argue the Spaniards as well, that colonized here as well, and brought Christianity as well. But in the case of England, it was 33% of the whole world. So I have a deep admiration for that. It is true. For example, they shouldn't have invaded Crowbar's home country, Ireland. They shouldn't have invaded here, maybe. In Argentina, we were already civilized when they invaded us. But there were territories, like India, for example, or whatever, that without the British, well, they would be full of savages. And I believe in that. I believe in civilization. I love the educational system. I told you that the educational system of my country, pretty much, was based upon it, and I think it does work. Oh shit. No, he found the snack. Shit. He found the snack. He found the fucking snack. No, I should have interrupted. That is not easy. Stupid shit. You learn the hand gestures and you're good. Now England gets colonized. 1-1 the... 1-1 the score of the match. History repeats itself. I don't think it's gonna be the case. I think Nigel Farage is gonna win the next election. There are already St. George Cross flags on several zones of England. So the Patriots are learning, and I don't think it's gonna be the case. I don't think it's gonna be the case. I think the Patriots will recover their country. They have it in their blood. And besides that, Patrick, because I know it may not be rational what I tell you. Think of it from this perspective. English has given me a lot of things in life. A lot of things in life. And I believe in being thankful. It has given me a lot of things in life. Without English, none of us would play video games. Without English, software development wouldn't have gotten to the point it got, and we get all of the nice little thingies we get, like delivery applications and etc. Without English, no. Without English, no commercial lines for planes. You needed a common language. Without the United States, what would have been of Europe? And without England, what would have been of Europe? With the mustache man running, destroying all of our countries. What would have been of it? I believe in being thankful. I hope the pro-anti-immigration politician don't get the same treatment like like Kirk. No, no, no. He won't. He won't. He won't. Nigel Farage is he's trying to do that for England since a lot of time. I do. Then we can. Crowbar would be the perfect person to ask about these things, uh, because he's there. But if you ask me,
Show them what we've got.
definitely I think Farage will bring law and order to it, and it will be a happy ending in the end for all of Europe as well. In that sense, I think Nigel Farage. I don't think he will end up like that. Let's all pray that it doesn't happen. In that sense, let's all pray that that doesn't happen. Then, what do you think of AD? I don't know what it is. Explain it to me. What that would be? It's just an acronym. I don't understand it. I'm terrible for acronyms, people. No. Hey, that one didn't work. Why didn't that one work? Why is it that that one didn't work? Oh shit. That Rancor is big. No. Shit. What do you think of ADL? I don't know what it is. Explain it. Explain to me. It's just an acronym for me right now. ADL. Hey, I may have to change this guy to damage. What about that? Defamation. Anti-Defamation League in the US. The US has the constitutional right to insult. Believe it or not. Insulting is a constitutional right in the US. Not in Europe. It's different. Why? Because in Europe, freedom of speech works differently under the law. In Europe, in all of our countries, and Argentina as well, freedom of speech is granted to us as individuals by the state, right? That includes the defamation and insulting, and let's say crimes against honor in general, the honor of a person, rather than his health, like killing, or his um, dignity, like locking him up or whatever. It's against the honor. In the United States, oh, I copied a Hungarian word accidentally. What? Severed ADL is a leading anti-hate organization in the world. Founded in 1913, its timeless mission is to stop the defamation of people from different religions and to secure justice and fair treatment to all. Oh, you copied a Hungarian word accidentally. Severance. Yeah, Anti-Defamation League. But basically, that makes no sense, I believe, because the US has the constitutional right to insult. Why? Because it's different than in European countries. Why? Because the US is a special case. In the US, the value of freedom, of the universal value of freedom, is more important than the universal value of life. Freedom is more important than life for the United States Constitution. For our European constitutions, life is more important than freedom. Since life is more important than freedom, in our constitutions, the right, the freedom of expression, the right of freedom of expression, is given to the individual by the state. In the case of the United States, the right of freedom of expression is given to the individual directly by the Constitution to combat the state. To combat the state is different. It's different. That's why technically in the United States, insulting is constitutionally protected. It's constitutionally protected, insulting. In our European countries, no, because it's a right conceded to us as individuals, given to us as individuals by the state. In the United States, it's given directly by the Constitution to the citizens. and the state is below the executive power and whatever, below that power conceded by the given by the constitution to the individuals. So yes, when they say it's the land of the free, there are constitutional rights. It is a legal truth, without a doubt. Does it mean that we are all slaves if we are in Europe or we have European tradition, etc.? No. It's just the regulation, how much intensity you can give to a right in a society. And for cultural reasons, they gave more power to that right over life. Because of cultural reasons and etc., that is the case. That is why you may see that the thing of the land of the free and etc. It does have a constitutional it does have a constitutional correlation. That is true. It does have a constitutional correlation. That is true, Patrick. They their right is more protected in that sense than in our countries. Does that mean that we live in some kind of dictatorship? No, not at all. It's not. It's just the intensity, the severity of the right, and etc. We did it, people. We did it. We did it. We did it. He couldn't kill the guy. We are the best. Who's number one? That is me, indeed. No. But it was it's a pretty tough fight on master mode. That's for sure. So it does have a constitution. It does have a correlation, a constitutional correlation. Yes, it does. It does indeed. However, now England gets colonized 1-1. The score of the match. No. I hope it will be recovered. It doesn't need to be England though, Patrick. I also consider Ireland. Anything that is. I like to be as far away as possible from problems.
I suppose I have Arkan's grand entrance.
I would choose the United States without a doubt, but my citizenship is European. I am Lombard. What are you gonna do? And I like to be as far away from problems as possible. I wouldn't choose anything close to Russia, precisely that Pillow mentions. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. As far away. And if you look at a map, the United Kingdom is like opposite direction. Ireland as well, United States as well. In the case of Canada, I initially wanted Canada. I thought about Canada, but it turned into a socialist dystopia. I would suffer a lot there. It is sad that such a perfectly strategic location, I think it has a blessed location, and sadly, it turned into shit economically. You cannot, you won't find rent, you won't find anything to buy. It's all completely destroyed. Russian people often weirdly proud of being Russian and proud of Putin. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but if that's the case, that will be a huge problem. If that is the case, it's a huge problem.
Forget Arkham. We came here for Valen, and I'm not letting
That will be a huge problem.
Brothers got the same idea.
That will be a huge problem, Patrick, in that sense, because as I told you, I would get as far away from there as possible, beginning with the United States, and if not, Ireland or the UK or England, or Scotland or Wales.
I won't watch you destroy our home.
Did you know about the disease Father planted in my brain?
He made weapons of us both. Let me help you break free.
I don't need your help.
So that would be the case. Why I would choose England. But I understand it's something weird to see from someone whose country got invaded by England. Patrick, this is something that not a lot of people know. Shit, what again? The connection exploded again? What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit? If they are like Microsoft, I'm not very familiar with Russia. Why is it bad, etc. Well, because all of your country, not the people itself, not the Russian, but the oligarchy, the system of the state of the Soviet Union, Patrick, invaded all of your countries. The Iron Curtain with the Soviet Union and etc. That was up until recently in modern history, if we talk about it, is pretty much the case. It took Poland, it took uh, precisely the Baltics, Estonia, Lithuania, and the other one that I always forget. Uh, Estonia, Lithuania, and the other one. Um, it took part of Europe, for example, the the zone of all of the zone that you are close to the Balkans, to the south, to you, the zone of Moldova, Romania, etc. It took it all under the Soviet Union. Then the United States, fortunately, during the Cold War, he they disarmed that, but otherwise it would have been another Germany, just like they have been doing, just like the Soviet Union has been doing in its different forms to its neighbors constantly throughout all of history. It attacks its neighbors constantly. And you're gonna tell me, but doesn't the United States do the same all over the world? Well, but the United States is inheriting the civilization of the British Empire, and the British Empire inherited the civilization of the Roman Empire, and the societies are drastically different. They are not doing the same things. We have our problems, for example, the rainbow flags and etc. We do have our problems, but not on the scale of the dictatorship that is Russian society. It's an oligarchy, like Pilo describes constantly, in that sense. It's an oligarchy. The population are poor, it causes inflation as well, Patrick. Maybe it's not said, but it causes inflation. The same for China. At the end, that causes inflation and everyone is poor.
I don't need your help.
For example, but regarding what I told you, my love for the United Kingdom is something very personal. Something very personal. Why would I choose Italy? Why I would also choose Ireland and the others? Well, maybe in the case of Ireland, it's also Roman Catholic, so I may have a bit more of affinity. So in the case of Ireland, I have the language. There's an affinity of religion, even if I am an atheist, but culturally, I mean, and etc. In the case of the United Kingdom, well, it's Protestant. It's not that different. It has some differences, but not as much as other zones of the world. In the case of Italy, we have a problem. We are generally not completely economically stable in a lot of cases throughout the world. But what's going on? Don't tell me this exploded again. The server is fucking exploding. What the fuck is wrong with this? Just when I kill the Rancor? What's going on with the game? Well, fortunately, it's not my connection, people. It's the server. The server is exploding. I don't know what's wrong with them, that it explodes from time to time. So it would be that, Patrick. It would be that. What's this? The server exploded. It took me 1 hour to kill that Rancor, and now the server explodes. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Here we go. Third time's the charm. I will have to make the cut for the YouTube bot. Right now it's precisely 2 hours, so we can do it perfectly. So it would be that, Patrick. It would be that. Uh, it's something quite personal. Something quite personal in that sense. Uh, as I told you, language. I also think the health insurance is quite good. The NHS. So there's also that. Pretty much. Okay, people. Third time's the charm. I beat the Rancor, and this is the third time the server explodes as the cinematic plays. I will need to have it recorded for YouTube, so I cannot skip it. Let's go. We beat the Rancor. Chapter 6. Let's go. Here we had a perfect influence of the level design on the gameplay mechanics.
Exciting for my tastes. I suppose I have Arkan's grand entrance to thank for that.
Forget Arkham. We came here for Valen, and I'm not letting her escape.
I suspect Big Brother's got the same idea.
You could see that in this fight we had perfect influence of the level design on the gameplay mechanics. Even if I could survive, the hostage would get killed and the fight would reset. Pretty much. I'll go to sleep now. Have a nice stream, boss. Bye. Bye bye, Patrick. Have a great weekend. Thank you for your company the 3 days. Always. Love and thumbs up and etc. Yeah, Patrick. And I hope all of our chats are always useful to you. Pretty much.
Help you break free.
I don't need your help.
Well, let's see if we can finish the cinematic. Have a great weekend, Patrick. Have a great... And thank you for all of the 3 days of visiting me on stream this week. Have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday. I'll definitely rewatch them all. No worries.
The rebels stand ready to fight.
No worries. Yeah. For example, yesterday with on Tuesday with Pillow, I showed a video about the faces of people of New York in the 70s, and I did a comparison. That one I would say that it was quite juicy regarding philosophy and everything. Pretty much. Pretty much. No, thank you from the bottom of my heart for you all watching the bots all the time. Thanks you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and have a great weekend. And thank you always for your kind words to me. That you say that you're incredibly handsome and I love you and etc. For all of the crazy philosophy and etc. that you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am a positive influence on society. Makes me feel good. That is good. It fills my heart with joy because it means that, well, at least all of the things that I read weren't for nothing. They served a purpose beyond my own wisdom that I may have. In that sense, pretty much, people. Pretty much. Let me check if the stream is... I knew that this thing gets stuck from time to time. So yeah, pretty much. Okay, District mentioned Diablo Immortal that I forgot that he also mentioned. But Diablo Media and Excel that you two voted over at Discord will be much faster. Then we can do Immortal once we're done with Media and Excel in that sense. Once we are done with Media and Excel. Access denied. Lockdown active due to scheduled event. Please enjoy the show. What show? What fucking show? What fucking show? Pretty much. Fine bailing. What? We're trapped, people. We're trapped again. What the fuck? This is not working. It's also not... Oh, fuck it again. Not again. My fucking god. What the fuck is wrong with you today? What the fuck is wrong with you today? What the fuck is wrong with you today? With this game? What is wrong with the server today? It's exploding constantly. What's wrong with it? Come on. I beat the chapter. I want my stupid achievement. In that sense, I want my stupid achievement. Come on. Find bailings. This stopped working. Can I interact with the droid? There you had the perfect example of how things don't work in online only games. Weird that this guy doesn't talk. The Rancor speed. Alright, now it's working. There we go. There. There we found the exit, people. After beating the Rancor. Up there. I mean, I feel like a fucking hamster in a lab experiment now. Okay. Good. Okay. Look at that. 4 bars of connection. Perfect connection. Yeah, right. That is generally not the case. Oh. Only a massive AoE stun can save us now, and not even that. Oh fuck. See, this here you have the perfect example of how broken the game might be. Don't attack me, you have so many of them to deal with. See, these are the parts of the difficulty that are completely broken. Like, for example, you can see that shit. Like, a normal enemy kills you. Well, I just beat the Rancor boss encounter of the game, of the chapter. I mean, this chapter was quite slow. Come over here. They reused the Sentinel headgear. I don't think so. Yeah, rarg, rarg, rarg. You do as many rargs as you'd like, but you are all fucking dead. Why is it that you are not taking damage? Oh fuck. That one is not taking damage. What? See how broken it is? See, I told you it was broken. Okay, I'll remain stationary, I guess. Okay. And I'm still not at full power with my orcs, huh? Yeah, I think they will just ignore us. I think they just fucking ignore you. No, there we are disconnected. See? Here you have the perfect example of why online-only games should be illegal. Here you have the perfect example. Why online-only games should be illegal. Did you see that they stopped shooting? That is taken from you. That is taken from you. In online-only games. See that the actions of the characters, here you have the perfect example, are separated from the client files themselves. This is disgusting. I would make this illegal. Maybe I have to reset the game, because this is unbearable. Maybe if I reset the game. Here, generally, this is solved by resetting the game altogether. Sometimes I want to believe it. It like runs out of connections, I guess, because a lot of people play at this hour. So let me do that, people. Let me reopen the game. I'll just reopen the game. I'll just reopen the game. Let me remember that we are there. Let me reopen the game. This is a pile of crap. There you have to restart the game. Yes, yes, yes. Let's restart the game. I will need my password and my security code, security key for that. In that sense, so yeah, pretty much. I'm restarting the game, people. This is absolute dog shit. I have had to do this sometimes. There we go. Opening, launching Star Wars: New Republic. Pretty much. Pretty much. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Perfect. Is my okay. Let me introduce my password and my silly security key now. Good. There we go. Shit, like this I will never finish this shit. I have only 1 more hour. Between the fact that I start late because I sometimes return late and these problems that they have with the server. Oh, I almost forgot. Thanks from the bottom of my heart to the 90th YouTube subscriber, people. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Then I will read everything next week. I said that last week, but well, sometimes I ensure that more than one stacks and I read them all together. Because I have to get out of my account and then I need to log out of my account and then log back in. It's incredible. We are 10 away from 100 YouTube subscribers, from the first 100 YouTube subscribers. 90. We are 90 and 59 here. That's a total of 159 people. We would need one more follower here over at Twitch for it to be. Here we go. For it to be 160 exactly. I want one more follower at Twitch to finally say that I made it to 160 rather than anything else. Even if then ignoring the amount of subscribers in that sense, ignoring the amount of subscribers. I care about getting to an exact even number instead of an odd one in that sense. To finally get to, and there we go, to finally get to 160 exactly. There we go. Hopefully now it works. Did I change the scenes? Yes, I changed the scenes, of course. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Everything is of course there. You have an active phase and may not queue for activity finder after reset and etc. Yes, of course, we all know all of that. Oh, they are back. You guys are back. I think you are not meant to survive this fucking encounter. That's right. Shit. No, let me get out. This is a bug. This is a bug, for example. This is a bug, for example. You could see that I was paralyzed after I dropped the face walk. That is a bug that they never fixed about it. Dismiss. Call him again. All selection heals. Hang on a second because mine. Wait. Here we go. Here we go. Pretty much. Here we go. Good. Okay, you have to reconnect. I have to reconnect something whenever the game goes through this. Oh fuck, the connection is dying again. Then it's a problem of their server. This is miserable. Where to? Can I kill? Oof. See? For example. See? This is an online game. This is the shit that an online game is. That an online only game is. This is the shit. It is. See? The attacks are handled by the server. They are not yours. They are not part of the client. The server's exploded. They are not part of the client. They are not yours. See? The server's died. So fucking... How unlucky do you need to be for this shit to happen exactly when you are streaming? How unlucky do you need to be? There they appear. And the same happens. I'll keep trying, people. I have to finish this. I have to finish this. I should have killed the Rancor faster. I guess. It was my bad. I should have killed the Rancor faster. Oh my fucking god. We had a good afternoon. We had such a nice afternoon with the game. We had such a nice afternoon for this shit to happen. See, this is an online only game. This is why online only games should be illegal. Because of this. Because of this. Because of this. Because of this shit. Because of this shit, precisely. Because of this shit. Here we go again. This is an online only game. This is what we are being fed right now. This is what we are being fed right now. Online only games. This is the shit that they are. Shit. This is the shit that they are. This is the shit that they are. That's why they should be illegal. They should be illegal. They should be fucking illegal. This is the fourth time I'm doing this section. By the way, they are using the 4 Sentinel headgear. There. I have it on my more order, so... That one. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking... Why is it not working? Why is it not working like that? It is closer. See, this is why online games... This is why they should be illegal. Here you have the perfect example. I'll keep doing it so you have the perfect example, and I'll leave it recorded for you too. So you have the perfect example. This is the perfect example as to why online only games should be illegal. Perfect example. Perfect. The perfect example. 100%. Okay, like this. Like this. Like this. And my internet connection is perfect. This is all. This is what happens when you separate the client from the server. You are being swindled as a client. You are being swindled. You are being swindled. That is the problem. You are being swindled. See why you did it? They should be illegal. They should be illegal. They should be fucking illegal. 100%. Yeah, you have perfect internet. I can see a channel. In real time. I can see the 90th subscriber. The fact that it changed means that working. Let me see the real time. I can see a YouTube channel in real time. Yeah, you can see it in real time. Is a server. This is online only. This is what next time someone defends online only, you show them this. This precisely. You show them this. Oh, but you are in the past, erase, or what's that of being against online only games, saying that they are illegal, please. Who can say that? Who could possibly say that? You are way too old school. Here you have the proof. Offline game. See, when people ask, why do you go through the shitty process of through the process of
Vacation.
what the fuck? What's it? This is online only, people. This is online only. See why I say that online only should always be illegal? Because of this. Offline game. See why I separate all of my games from Steam? From good old games. Well, from good old games is okay because they are offline. You can actually keep them forever. See why? Because of this. Why do you hate online only games? Because of this. Because of this that you just saw. Here you had the perfect answer to your question. See that the game is not yours. Why do you... Eraser, you playing an offline reverse engineered version of World of Warcraft offline that you always mention. Oh, here you go. Here you have the example. Perfect example. It is online only. Absolute dog shit. Should be illegal. It should be illegal. Here we go again. Games update. Why do you want them to back then you didn't need to update because developers were sure of what they did. They couldn't make any mistakes. And that paid off. Those ones are 50% probability of crit. I don't know if I was actually meant to actually attack them. I don't know, I'm just attacking everyone for the sake of it because they are dealing damage to me. I don't know. Well, looks like it stopped. Looks like the problem stopped. But why do I have to endure that as a client when that happens? It's because of that. It's because of that. It's because of that. Because of that. Because online only. It's because of online only. It's disgusting. What now? Here we go. Let me refresh that. It also fucks up your connection, eh? There we go. Perfect. There we go, people. Okay, one now. Where to? Here. I want to finally get out of this shithole. Thank you. Thank you. Oof. Oof, they can take a lot of attacks, huh? For being just... normal enemies. Okay, looks like it's working now. Good. We can finally be done with this and continue with my game. Oh! Ferocious Beast! It's high time we get out of here. Can I stun you? I don't know. Your companion has been defeated, of course. Ferocious Beast! Nice. That's what I needed. Let's see if it kills me in one blow, people. You are all wondering that. Shoulder throw. This is just a rehash of the Beast of Bottle Crush. No! I had an active face walk. Why? No, you have to go all the way back. This is a joke. Oof, I just hope enemies don't respawn after this shit, huh? Oof, no. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Oof. No, they don't. Not again. No. No, not again. Boof. Boof. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. What a mess. What a mess. But it's the game, Eraser. Other games online only work correctly now. They all have problems. It's such a fragile development philosophy. Such a fragile development philosophy. The shit of online only. Again. Always the same. The same story with these. I was performing so good in the chapter. My god. Again. Again. It tries to connect and it doesn't exist. The user interface imploded there. Now I have to deal with all of the enemies again. Or what? I'm wondering something. What happens if I go to... Oh shit. Okay, well. Fuck it. Hang on a second. How about I bring my comp instead? Because at this point I'm getting one-shotted. I don't think there will be any difference.
Reactivation complete.
That's the idea. Go. Fortunately, it records your progress on master mode. That's the only positive thing out of all of it. Ah, and I cannot summon my HK droid.
Let's do this again sometime. I wasn't doing it.
Whatever, fuck you. Whatever, fuck you. I will need to dismiss him, then get out, then go back in. Fuck, we're doing it like this. Fuck it all. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here, this'll help.
Here we go again. There I misclicked, my bad. Can we just ignore the idiots and leave them do their job? You know, I could give a lot of didn't do it. Ah, okay. Let us distribute our damage like that. Shit. Thank you. Oh boy. No. Not so fast. Oh my god. What? Theron, stay on passive here. Heal me here. Don't be over there. No need to. Who else is attacking? The question would be, what the fuck are we attacking? It's better to fight for the kitchen over here. Alright, we're done with that. Please, connection, stop being shit. Please, to the connection, we pray to the gods of connection. Oh boy, yeah, I forgot about those. An enhanced force storm. And they should be dead in one blow without being affected by the global cooldown. There we go. Stupid disconnections. So, the beast. Go on. Let's get out of here. Theron, passive with me. Let the beast kill them. Let it do its fucking job. And I shall place a phase walk right over here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good. No, this has to be a joke. No, this has to be a joke. We'll have to leave it here. We'll have to leave it here. I can't believe it. I couldn't even finish a single chapter. Then we are playing this on Wednesday. I'll have to leave it here. I'll have to leave it. I'll have to fucking leave it here. I can't believe it. Fuck online only games. Fuck them a million times over. See, this is what happens. This is why I would make them illegal. See, it doesn't have to do with money or piracy or whatever. No, it has to do with this. It has to do with this shit. It has to do with this shit. Not being the owner of your property. It has to do with this shit. It has to do with this shit. It has to do with this shit. I may have to leave it here today, yeah, people. The disconnections are abhorrent. It's unbearable to play like this. And I'm getting my gear degraded because I get disconnected as I am in the middle of a fight. and the connection goes to shit. It's like this. It's like, what's wrong with this game? What is wrong with it? See, this is why online-only games should be illegal. They should be illegal because of this. They should be fucking illegal because of this. They should be illegal because of this. Poof, 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 poof. This is why never support online-only games. When the next time someone defends online-only games, telling you, oh no, but that is way too old school. When you had the game and it was your property and etc. Now, we don't need that now. You show them this shit. You show them this shit. This is online only. This is online only. You could see that we played perfectly all afternoon. I have internet connection on my phone and etc. This is online only. This is online only. You are not the owner of anything. This is the nice stuff that we have nowadays as the future. This is the nice stuff that we have as the future. This is online only. This is the reason why Wildstar died, why Darkspore died, all of the great games that we've had died. Online only should be illegal. We should be the owners of the product. Here you could see, the abilities are not mine. As soon as the connection stops working, since the client is separated from the server, it goes to shit. It goes to fucking shit. Like that. Pretty much. And it explodes. This is online only. And I was making such good progress. I was making such good progress, people. Such good progress. I was making such good progress with it. Let me check. What the fuck? We were making, there we go. We were making such good progress with it. Let's see if it works now. See, I cannot play like this. I cannot play like this. This is online only. This is what people are buying nowadays as good. Shit. Absolute shit. That's it, pretty much. It's shit. It's shit. This is online only. We should go back to games being offline. We should go back to that shit. And with online option, if it works as a secondary thing. We go back to offline only. Not only as an option like Borderlands or like Diablo 2. It's incredible. Put this into perspective, people. Let this sink in. Diablo 2. Diablo 2 from fucking year 2001. The expansion. The original. Even 1 year before it. Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction 2001 has online, locally, and the Battle.net service that it had, and it also works offline. Both worlds. The best of both worlds. And this, online only. Online only for you. Okay. I was placing the face walk here. Let's see if we can kill that beast. Besides, with the difficulty that I'm playing it on, it's something extremely delicate. I want to just finish a chapter. There it is.
Here we go.
What the? It didn't get stunned? What the? That attack killed me almost in one blow. Shit. Come to the kitchen. That's it. I'm trying to break the line of sight. It sends you back all the way here. Poof. Poof, this is a terrible section to play with these connection issues that the server has. This is a terrible section to play like this. It's worse than the Rancor. Boof. Poof, 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 poof. And with a shitty comp. I think at this point, what level is he? 9, okay. I can't use any of my comps. Dismiss this embassy. Dismiss this embassy. Let's go. Okay. Don't worry, people. I have a solution. I have a perfect solution. Don't worry, people. Do not worry. I'll bring my comp. Anyways, he's being killed in one blow. Oh.
Weapons charged.
Indeed, weapons charged. Chapters. This one is certainly taking its sweet time to be completed. We are almost there, people. We are almost there. Just 7, 8, and 9. 3 more chapters. This one is almost over. Oh!
I'll be around. Hey.
Fuck. You are stuck with the comp. Doesn't work. It fucking doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, not again. What is this shit? Who designed this shit? Well, whatever, without the affliction. Whatever, without the affliction, doesn't matter. Oh, fuck it. darkness as well. Should have done it earlier because it has a 5% damage debuff. Here we go again. Okay, here we go again. See why online only should be illegal. It should be fucking illegal, dude. So many disconnections. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now I see that I start, that I'm about to beat the boss and it disconnects from the server. If it does that, we stop right now. Then, if that is the case. I'm sick of the terrible programming of the game then, if that is the case. If that is the case. Rotting that is right in with a party of 18. Oh, thank you from the running that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sadly, today I don't know if you play Star Wars: Your Republic. Maybe. Yes, I'm a veteran returning player from 2015, and I'm doing Master Mode Kotor here. But the connection today is not helping. I don't know why the server today is dying a bit. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will not forget your name. Some people have rated me in the past and I always like to be thankful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do crazy game reviews. Indeed. Pretty much. You may also see me in Warzones as Eraser a lot of the time. In Starforge. Indeed. Pretty much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If it... And welcome to anyone from your stream. I review games. I do crazy. I talk about philosophy. I talk about a lot of things. A lot. Most of my viewers are from Europe though, and by now they were earlier and they are going to sleep. Pretty much. But yeah, I'm trying to do here Coated solo. I did Knights of the Fallen Empire solo, except for one fight, and here I'm trying to do this one solo. It's a real challenge, but yeah, as you can see, it has some one-hit kills. But the problem is basically that beyond that, I'm getting disconnected from the server. Like this. Look at this. See that they stop. The abilities stop working in a lot of cases, and yeah, definitely a terrible thing to do Master Mode on. Unless otherwise compelled, attacks the closest target. Immune to crowd control effect. I don't think there's any more technicality for this fight. I think it's just a slow, you just have to do this. I almost killed it. You just have to lure him. Lure the guy. Break the line of sight. He has that jump. That is a one-hit kill, see? Because of the lag. For example, you hit those things. It's quite tough. It's quite tough, without a doubt. But I'm making progress. I made it to chapter 6. I only have 3 chapters remaining. I'm by the end of it. Sadly, you have scripted comps that die in one blow. So, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I don't know if anyone here has tried doing Master Mode solo in that sense. But yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it's like that. It's like that. Connection to the game. I don't know why from time to time it explodes like that. Like I've been doing the whole chapter all day, and like an hour ago it started imploding. Alright. I need to kill that beast. Okay. I don't have heroic moment up, sadly. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the idea is that you have to break the line of sight constantly. Like that, for example. There. Maybe I can wear him down. Ah, you can stun, though. He does have a weakness. You can stun. The thing is that the reaction times are brutal. You can see that they were 1. Ah no, that's my mistake. I should be using the kitchen. Now. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. I should be using the kitchen. As you can see, it's a one-hit kill. It's a one-hit kill, like that. It's basically a one-hit kill, regardless of what I do. It's basically a one-hit kill at this point. It's basically like that. It doesn't matter how good you are, it's a one-hit kill. I think that, and it's not the final boss, because the Rancor was the final boss of the chapter that I just did. It has some balance problems, this expansion. Oh yeah, it's not stopping me. It didn't stop me for Arcan. That one took me a whole day, 2 days actually. Arcan, Knights of a Fallen Empire on Master Mode. So this one is not stopping me. I need to just lure the beast, and it's vulnerable to stuns. I just need to make him run around the kitchen with his one-hit kills, but without being able to touch me. I don't think so. There, a one-hit kill. Without heroic moment, I would have died as well. Need to make use of my stance. That's shit. That's for sure. Well, there you have it. This is online only, people. This is what happens. Oh, this is online only. See? I've been dealing with this the last 1 hour, pretty much. This is online only. You can see there the cross. Okay. My connection is perfect. I have the whole I have perfect internet connection because the stream is still up, but the game implodes. The game just decides to implode no matter what I do in that sense. So it's conspiring against me. So well, I'll try for 1 more hour, and if not, I'll continue next time. I will. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Ron, in Dan, for the amazing raiding party. I wonder if anyone here is an old school player of Star Wars: Your Republic like me. I started in Hound basically back at launch day, then to Prophecy of the Five, the main East Coast server of the US. I am aligned with the US as I'm in Argentina with the East Coast, so pretty much I have the same time zone. So pretty much it was always that. PvP, I do a lot of PvP. See, unable to retrieve server list. And here we go again. If anyone recognizes me from PvP in Starforge, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Generally, my audience is from Europe and they play different games. But yeah, I generally play this one during the afternoon on Thursdays to beat these crazy expansions. Okay, here we go again. This is online only, people. This is online only. Perfect connection, and poof, it dies. It dies. Pretty much, this is online only. That's why poor Darkspore died. Poor Wildstar died. They were all such amazing games, and they all died because online only. This is online only. That you just saw, that's online only. It's not my connection. That's online only for you in a nutshell. Online only in a nutshell. Getting random disconnections. I miss the times in which we could just fire up our GameCubes, our PS2s, our Super Nintendos, and everything, and that was pretty much it. Now you don't own your property. That is disgusting. Pretty much. Yes, as you can see, I'm very, very old school. Yes, I hate those things. 100%. I despise those things 100% because of that, exactly. As you can see, I'm a clicker. As you can see, a lot of people think that automatically makes you a noob. I can assure you it's not. Never be ashamed of being a clicker. You can be a perfectly functional clicker like me in the game. As you can see. You can be a perfectly functional clicker like this and still be efficient at the game. Lag will impede you much more than the style of your gameplay, pretty much. Like this disgusting lag we have now because of the server issues. Well, that is the thing. That for Sentinel's headgear that they are using, this one, is actually a retexture of it's actually a retexture of the 4 Sentinel headgear that I got from launch. I have it on my more order. They just rehashed it. They retextured it, sorry. They retextured it. There. Okay, here we go again, people. Here we go again. I think I'm the only person ever that is doing Master Mode solo with all of this shit. Oh yeah. No, wait. We'll wait for Unity and Heroic moment. It's just 20 seconds. Because I'm beginning to believe that this encounter is broken. Because it's not the final boss of the chapter or anything, and it's absolutely broken. It's a one-hit kill. It is susceptible to stuns, though. That's a good idea. That's a good news. What happens if I stop him like this? All of the abilities that I have to channel rooted in place, like this. Yeah, no amount of damage will save you if you cannot execute your ability. Can I? No, just run away from him. Wait for the stun for the stance. Wait for the stance. Wait for the stance. A Juggernaut would even be a better option for this. Wait for the stance. No, wait for the stance. Wait for the stance. Wait for the stance. Wait for the stance. No, wait for the stance. It's more important to survive than to deal damage in this case. Shit. Shit, it's a one-hit kill. Look at that. Yeah, it's definitely more than my health bar combined. I have to interrupt it. I'm beginning to see the problem. I have to interrupt it. I think it's not, it's interruptible. You have to interrupt the jump. Okay, let's try interrupting the jump. Let's try interrupting the jump. Then we can try interrupting the jump. Okay. District, so many people. You got raided? Yeah, I got raided, District. I got raided. Yes, I got raided. Yes. Oh, once Kitty Kisses raided me, another streamer from Star Wars Republic, raided me with 53. Just so you have a reference. Nice. Yeah. In Star Wars Your Republic in the US, people like it. Yeah. I love it above it all. I think it's the best game of all time. So imagine. More people means more debates. No, generally it depends on it. If anyone wants to join, yes, we do debates on stream and those things, but yeah, pretty much. yeah, District. Yeah. As I was precisely mentioning that most of you are from Europe, and generally when a US streamer rates me, it's more from the US. But sadly today the game, is having connection issues like this shit. Like this shit. It's there, you can see across, it stops connecting. This is online only, I was mentioning, District. This is why online only games should be illegal, I was mentioning. This is why. Perfect internet connection, I was thanking the 90th YouTube subscriber and everything. I have perfect internet connection. This is online only. This is what killed Darksport, this is what killed Wildstar, this is what killed all good games. This is why whenever I say I always then separate the game from the Steam client and have it locally on a hard drive, is because of this. I have perfect internet connection here on my cell phone, and the game disconnects as I'm trying to do something extremely delicate, because as you can see, it's a one-hit kill. And, well, this is online only. This is what we get. This is the future, people. Because when we turned on our gaming consoles, the GameCube, the Super Nintendo, whatever, the PlayStation, no, that was bad. We were silly back then. No, this is the future. Online only. Constant disconnections because servers explode. It should be illegal. I think it should be illegal. Separating the client from the server in a game. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that, as I was mentioning, Diablo 2 again, Diablo 2. See that the ability is on activate. See? This is because the server is separated from the client. There we go. Again. This is online only. The stream would die if it was my connection. And it's not dead. I see it perfectly there. This is online only, people. This is online only. Just so you never forget it. This is online only. Like Dark Sport, like Wildstar, so many games that we've lost. This is online only. I have perfect internet connection on my phone right now. I'm looking at it constantly. This is the world of online only, people. This is the world of online only. It should be completely illegal. This should be illegal. 100%. This is what we get nowadays. I'll have to leave it for next week, I presume. Of course, I have to pay the repair costs. I'm paying the repair costs. Unable to retrieve server list as you already logged. My god. I dealt with the boss of the chapter and everything. This is turning out to be impossible. At least today. This is it. That's why the next time a friend tells you, people, over at YouTube or whatever, nah, but online only is okay. Diablo 2, 2001. Worked both offline and online. Same for Borderlands. Same for it. Even World of Warcraft works offline if reverse engineered. Of course, I cannot show it, but it works perfectly. That's why. Pretty much. Pretty much. I feel sorry for all of you that you were raided with this. But yeah. And this is not just me, eh? My friends in game sometimes tell me, oh, now it's exploding for me, and then I tell them, now it's exploding for me. Well, but it can be just a gaming resource, and other games don't have that problem. It's because of the shitty developers of your specific game. No, it happens to them all. In that sense. Oh, this is starting again. See the lag, people. I'll try to distribute the damage, I guess. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. Now they are both of them attacking me. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. What? Come on, let me cast. It's incredible. It's incredible. I think I'll stop it here with follower gold met 6 out of 6. Kron 49 Well, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sorry that today the game is having connection issues, but you have over at YouTube my full um, Knights of the Fallen Empire Master Mode walkthrough. Here you can see it here. Ah, true, I didn't show it to any of you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Here you can see we did all of this. All of this is over at YouTube. All of Master Mode, Knights of the Fallen Empire, and I'm trying to solo Master Mode, Knights of the Eternal Throne. So far, I only did a two-man fight here in Chapter 2. This one is broken. The rest, I'm doing them solo so far. You may see me in war zones as well in Star Wars The Republic during the night with my great friends. So, yeah, pretty much. Sorry that today the game is imploding. This is online only. Oh well. We are making a lot of good progress though, even regardless of everything. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Cron41. I would ask you if you are an old player of Star Wars: The Republic. This is my favorite game of all time. I played it since launch. Nice man, I recognize your name from PvP games. I think Cron41. You have seen me. I am. What? You are a good sword. Yeah, you see me. No. Sorry if I ever kill your healers or anything. Which would be your name in game? I knew it was something like that. District is not that I am famous for the people of the stream. Congrats on your goal. No, thank you. For the people of the stream, it's not that I am famous in game. I just electrocute people silently. Which would be your Lul? Yeah, no, because then they will think that I'm some famous guy in the game because my audience is generally from Europe, as I'm Italian. And from Argentina, and they don't know that I play during the night. They don't know it. It's like separated. I'm like Batman. I have two lives, in that sense. Which would be your name in game? Which is your character in game, Kron? If I may know, because maybe I recognize you. If it's from PvP on Starforge, you will recognize. I will recognize it immediately, most of the time, almost everyone. If it's a healer, 100%, because I have targeted you, and I say sorry. It's never personal. My targeting is never personal. I am a quite friendly person. I am not like a lot of streamers that I've seen that are constantly insulting and etc. No. I'm very respectful. You might have seen. I knew it was going to happen eventually for some of you. If you would have already. It's Kron or Kron War Juggernaut. Then I think yes. I think I remember it. Yes. It's just that maybe Immortal Juggernaut, could it be? Immortal, I think you were Immortal, could it be? Immortal Spec? I think you were Immortal or Vengeance? Now you tell me that you were Rage. It's either Immortal or Vengeance. I think No, I don't remember it enough. I would say it was... Yeah, it was Immortal. I think it was Immortal. I have them all more or less recognized in game out there. No, well, thank you from the bottom of my heart that you said you are a good Sorg. I returned to the game this year. I made all of my friends this year as I returned to the game. You may recognize here. You have the name, people, for anyone who doesn't recognize the sword. I returned this game, and I did Knights of the Fallen Empire. I have to discover everything. I left the game for back in 2015. To go to law school here in Argentina. I'm from Argentina, but I'm Italian. And Argentina is basically an Italian who speaks Spanish. So basically, because of that, I had to leave my love, which was this game, indeed. So because of that, I returned this year, 10 years later, to play it again. Now that I don't have the obligations of law school. So yeah, I was like frozen. I met some good friends first in minis. For the rest of my audience, minis is like PvP here is divided into brackets. So minis is like from 30 something, I think, to 70 9 and etc. Well, there I made some friends, and then they told me, no, man, you got to stop. You have to play in 80s, and that's when I joined 80. Well, it's an honor for the people over at my Discord and etc. It's not that I am famous, people. I just play the game during the night, nothing to do, and yeah, we fight a lot. I remember your Juggernaut now. I remember your Juggernaut now. I remember it. Feel free to add me as friends. As you can see, I have loads of friends here since I returned. This is only from this year. Some of them are old. But yeah, I made a lot of friends. I love playing with people. We group together during the nights. I'm generally invited to the groups. Otherwise, I do solo. Hmm. Back in my days, we can talk about the old days. So my story with the game is like this. I joined at launch, basically, paying the sub and everything. It was sub only until 2015, pretty much, and etc. So I was in a server called Cat Hound. Was RP, was dead, pretty much. It was terrible. I have a lot of war stories from Star Wars: The Republic, precisely. And then I joined Prophecy of the Five, the main East Coast PvP server of the US back then. That's where I got up to Warlord until this year, and now I got the Elite Warlord title. So basically, all of my memories are my friends from Prophecy of the Five. Sadly, I lost all of my great friends from the United States in 2015 as I had to leave the game. I lost all of my friends, my guildies. That destroyed my heart. That deeply destroyed my heart. But well, I fortunately at least now have found new to fill that void in my love for the game, people. I have lots of war stories about the game. I have lots of war stories about it that I generally tell on stream. For example, about trolls. The trolls that we have now in Starforge are of low quality. None of them are still playing. I have only seen one person who is in my guild, who is exactly the one logged right now from Prophecy of the Five. That he wasn't my friend back then, but I remember seeing him. No, I miss all of my friends from they were all from the United States. The game was much more uh, restrictive in that sense, Kron. If in case you played it from back then, I don't know what's your story with the game. If you played it from launch, if you played it from more recently, whichever the case, basically, yes, I haven't seen anyone so far. The population has dwindled significantly compared to the times in which I played. Most of my gaming friends quit. They quit the game. Okay, nah, yeah. Well, I cannot blame anyone because I quit back in I quit back in 2015. So I wasn't. I had to go to law school. I'm a lawyer and a philosopher. I'm a scholastic philosopher as well. So basically, those things, and well, I miss all of my friends from the US because they also love me a lot. In that sense, they used to call me. I played more sniper back then. I'm also Byrak and Dreadgast. If you've seen any of those other, if you see sniper called Byrak, that is also me. I generally all of my characters have the original command flare there, so you can recognize them. Other people have it. It may not be me, but if it has also the tag of this guild, it's me. It's basically me. Yeah. It's sad because I think the game is amazing. I have. You are not the first person who visits me, telling me that their friends stop playing and etc. But in my case, this game is the love of my life. I have an offline World of Warcraft server for me, and that is not the same like this with my friends. I basically log also to play, besides to discover all of the new content since 2015. Um, I also log because I like spending time with my new friends that I made as I rejoined the game this year. In that sense, life has given me a lot of surprises. A lot of surprises. In that sense, a lot of beautiful surprises. Amazing people I've met this year. So in the game, not from the stream. The people of the stream must be wondering, Eraser, but you are fucking famous. My real name is Christian. Christian, are you fucking famous? You have a second life inside of the game because someone recognizes your sword. No, no, people, it's not that. I'm silent most of the time. I'm like a silent person. But my love is PvP, player versus player combat. I generally don't do ops. I have the frustration. I have one frustration from life, which is the fact that I could never get my Wings of the Architect mount to finish my Dreadmaster costume. Apologies if I expose you for being a legendary EU sword PvP player. No, 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 not EU. No, 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 not EU. No, 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 no. No, I'm from Argentina. No, no, no. I always played in American servers. I'm like in the same time zone of the US East Coast. Automod held a message for private blog. Because of the viewers, but now it's out there to the American viewers. It has to be the word. I have that word. I have that word blocked because of the bots. If you like to write it, leave a space. But now it's out there exposed. The legendary user. No, 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 no need to apologize. No, not at all, not at all. And thank you for following the channel. Visit me anytime or whisper me in game. No worries. No, I'm an absolutely public figure regarding those things. No, I always played in American servers. Not a legendary user. No, I did play a lot the game, but the part of legendary would be on your part. I play both servers, so I might have mixed it. You play both servers. You play the Euro one, but well, if I may know, if you're from the US, how do you deal with the connection? Or if you're from Europe, how do you deal with the connection with the US? In my case, I don't know why I returned this year. All of my characters were sent to the west coast of the US. I don't know why, because my last server was Prophecy of the Five, which was East Coast. I am on the East Coast. I always played on the East Coast of the US, as Argentina is aligned with the time zone of the East Coast of the US. No. If I am remembered anywhere, would be in Prophecy of the Five, and that was long ago. Only one person, which is the other person in my guild here, that I discovered it yesterday that he was from Prophecy of the Five. That he had been on Prophecy of the Five, would remember those times. We had a troll. You have the story down here. We had a troll in Prophecy of the Five. Everyone knows the troll of our Imperial fleet here on Starforge, the dancing Twi'lek guy. I always tell my friends that he's a low quality troll. We had high quality trolls back then. Trolls were of high quality back in 2015. For example, we had a guy called Dominion. That is a story that you can see down here. He's Dominion. He was Dominion. So the guy would talk about Thor all day on Inflict chat. I've told the story several times. Thor is the greatest hero of all time. He was like a monk, right? He was like a monk. He's a subtle trolling. The trolling needs to be a bit more subtle because for these people who are like want to be like stars of the Inflict chat trolling. So he said, Thor is the greatest hero of all time. Dominion, not this person logged here that I told you. Dominion was his name. He was a merc. Thor is the greatest hero of all time. Thor is the greatest hero of all time through Thor victory, etc., etc. Like these 24 hours a day. Like these 24 hours a day. He wasn't like... He was worse than dancing Twi'lek and the escorts and the rest of the people I see here on Starforge. It was like 24 hours a day. Thor is the greatest hero. Imagine the chat filled with that shit all the time. He eventually created a cult, because then other people would join to tell him, that is impossible, Dominion. You are a... I remember the words, this was the for example, like this. It's impossible, Dominion. You are an Egbert Fedora perma-virgin. That was the insult of the cult members. They told him on purpose. They were his friends, actually. That's impossible. Because in comic 354, Hulk smashed Thor's head, beating him on a one-on-one duel, like in the game. So that is impossible. Hulk is better than Thor. It can be. And there the guy would go crazy saying that can be because Thor in comic 400. I think they just invented the numbers, and like that all day. And lol, yeah, no. You laugh, but you have the story here. This is real. This is how Prophecy of the Five, the main PvP. No one told this to me. I saw it with my own eyes, and they would start like that. But they would start the cold member was that. No, Dominion. You are the insult was, as I told you, Neckbeard Fedora Permavirgin was the insult that they used. So well, in my case, it helped me a lot with English, Kron. In my case, it helped me a lot with English because I absorbed a bit the culture of the US because I was 16 when I played the game. It's part of my life. I was 16. Now I'm 30. So, yeah, pretty much. You are all part of my life, the people who play the game. In a way, I always say that. So pretty much they said that. But it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there at all. So they would go on like that, time and time again, and etc. and etc. Well, the thing is that eventually people got tired of this shit. Imagine 24 hours a day that trolling on him, flip chat. As you can see, Dancing Twi'lek and the other one, the 340 gear is unnecessary. That Descos guy, they are novices compared to the people that I'm telling you. So he said that, and eventually people got tired of it. I grew up playing WoW. I switched to SWTOR some months ago, and I really like it. Oh well, you're a new player of it, but you knew me, and I returned some months ago. So, in that sense, but everyone always talking about the golden era many years ago in Star Wars: The Republic. Yes, I would say it was 2.9, the update. If I had to create a reverse engineer server, 2.9. 2.9 was the golden era. Before, in that moment, the skill trees were like WoW. I have a reverse engineered offline WoW server for me to play. In my case, I started with SWTOR, and then in the case of WoW, I played offline. You cannot feed two MMORPGs at the same time, people. That goes against the laws of physics, and you would break the universe if you play two MMORPGs at the same time. The same if you play two MOBAs at the same time, you are breaking the laws of physics, and the universe tears itself apart. You cannot do that. So, in my case, at 16, I chose this one, naturally coming from Knights of the Republic 1 and 2. It is true what they are saying, Kron. The golden era was before 3.0, I would say, which is the time I'm mentioning. So basically, to wrap up the story, Dominion, eventually people grew tired of Dominion, and he started preaching with his assistants, let's say with his cronies, and they started reporting him. Of course, I remember one night a person shouted, "Keep reporting him, keep reporting him, and we will get rid of this filth," like that. Keep reporting. And then Dominion replied, I remember, sadly, what I am saying, which is debating about Thor, is not against the terms of service. See that I remember the phrases. See if I love the game, people. I remember phrases from 20, we are talking about 2014, 13. But what you are saying, encouraging people to report me, is actually against the terms of service when there's no cause for me to be reported. And he started a report war. So his cronies would report the same population of Prophecy of the Five, and the same population of Prophecy of the Five would report him. He created a report war that costed that had a cost for Electronic Arts of losing subscribers and eventually destroying the server. Eventually, it is true that then it's also true that the population of the game dwindled and etc. But in that moment, at that moment, yes, it was true. Might have been annoying back then, but now it's funny. In Game Legends, yes, that's why I have the story down here for everyone to check out as I played another game 2 years ago that I commented it for the first time. Yeah. That's why when I see the Dancing Twi'lek and etc., I have my ignore list full of people who insult me in war zones. I do not believe in insulting in war zones. I have killed way too much throughout my life to do it. I just ignore and keep playing silently. Nowadays adult life prevents me from engaging into that. I just block them. For example, the dancing Twi'lek, I have him blocked. The Descots one, I have him blocked. I just block and just spend time with my friends. Anyone, I see any insult, I just block. My ignore list is full of blocked people. And I always tell them, don't take it personal. I just block and don't think about it. Because sometimes, you know what happens, Kron? Nowadays, this is something that, yes, has degraded. Nowadays, people take attacks in war zones. I don't know if it has happened to you, if you focus the healer of a pre-made or something. They take them personally. They take attacks personally in this game. That is something shitty that I've seen nowadays. Back in my days, no one would. And in World of Warcraft, well, let's not even talk about it when it was in its prime. None of us would have taken attacks personally. You know how many times I got killed by a pre-made in Prophecy of the Five, or even here, and I don't insult people because of that. You have a lot of interesting stuff on your info page. I will check them out. Glad I found your stream, but I gotta go to sleep 3 a.m. here. No, then you are also from Europe, without a doubt. You are like the rest of my audience. Don't worry. Most of my audience is from Poland, from the United Kingdom, from Romania, from Hungary, from Spain, from Italy, from EU. Is basically no. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and always and add me as game and add me as friend in game, no problem whatsoever. Eraser, Virak, and Dreadcast, basically. But my main is Eraser, of course, as you can see from the topic. No, it's a pleasure, and no worries, no worries. It's not that I am like Batman and have a secret identity in game. I show my face and I show everything, and I have no problem. If someone insults me, I just block the person, and that's it. We can talk about war stories of Star Wars: The Old Republic a lot, then, huh? We can talk about that all the time. No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and I will also finish because I don't think I'm beating this tonight. But well, it was a great pleasure, and well, a personal honor that you recognized in game. That's the personal honor. Sure, mate. I'll see you around. Have a good one. See you around later. See you around. See you around. See you around. See you around. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Pleasure. I also have friends from Australia as well. My best friend here is from Australia, for example. People, to wrap it up. Sorry that I couldn't kill the beast today. I killed everything in the chapter, but I am fucking stuck here. If needed, I will record it offline. If it gets out of hand, I will bring my Juggernaut. If it gets out of hand eventually, I will bring another person to help me and deem it as the pile of unbalanced crap that it is. Thanks, special thank. It breaks my heart to abandon you all, but I have to go have dinner as well. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. A special thanks to Crowbar and to Axis, to the subscribers of the channel. A special thanks to Discord members. We also have the Discord for anyone who wants to join. I also debate about philosophy, politics, and etc. with mature people who don't get offended by them, precisely. So, a special thanks to Patrick for the philosophy chat today and visiting me the 3 days of the week. A special thanks to Pillow, of course, Pillow from Poland there, Patrick from Hungary. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for visiting me the whole week, except Pillow, except today he had to work over at the well, he's a bailiff basically. There, thanks to District for guiding me with Drakensang yesterday. Thanks to District, to you always from Romania. I will play Diablo Immortal and the ones that you are asking me about, but first we'll do Diablo 2 Media and Excel, replacing the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. We will finish everything. I will finish this boss. The thing is that it's absolutely broken. Anyone from Star Wars: The Old Republic, as I said, can add me as friend in game. I don't bite. I am quite chill. I don't. I just have a lot of people blocked because of direct insults. But that's pretty much it. And if I target your healers, it's never personal. Feel free to target me all you like. I have no problem at all. I have no problem at all. This is what the game is meant to be. In that sense, PvP should go back to what it was back in my days and not people taking attacks personally like I've seen that it's happened as I return to the game. That is absolutely sad. And I bet besides it's a surprise for all of you that I am not even American. That's most of the population is from him. A special thanks before I go to the 90th YouTube subscriber. to the 90th YouTube subscriber, and a special thanks to you, Kron, of course, for being the 60th Twitch follower. 60 and 90 people. We made it to exact numbers today, both on the same name, because the person followed over subscribe over at YouTube, and you followed here over at Twitch today. We are already 100. We already have 150. I made it to 150. The thing is that they are separated. They don't. You don't know between each other. That is a problem. The YouTube audience and the Twitch audience. No worries, people. It's been my pleasure. Well, it's a personal honor that you recognize me as a good sword cron, that anyone recognizes. It has happened to me. It's the second time it happens to me. But well, it's what I am. This is the real eraser. It's my face. People, it's been a pleasure. Love to you all. I love you all, and see you all on Tuesday when we will finish the final analysis of Drakensang online for district. If you are watching this as a bot, it will be the stream for you. I think you've never been in a final analysis district completely. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, district, for always guiding me with lovely things. Thanks to Patrick for the great philosophical debates that he loves. To Pillow as well, to all of the things that we discuss on stream. It's my pleasure. Love for Europe, love for the United States, love for Australia. You all warm my heart, and see you all in the next one. People, see you all on Tuesday. Have a great day. Then I will play, of course, Star Wars Republic offline if anyone wants to attack me offline with my friends. Oh well, that's my secret identity, I guess. Bye bye, people. Bye bye. I love.